get it right. Trying to find some balance in my life, but I never really put up a fight. Didn't follow my dreams, and now I'm losing sleep. Slow it down, please tell yours if you want it. Enjoy the ride, 'cause those ups and those downs is what makes it worth the ride. You will make it in time. What if I lost touch? What if I'll never get it right? I try to follow my heart, but I lost it somehow. Wish that someone could say it'll all be okay. Just listen to me and
Hey, we're away! Who's going to come out on top? Wow, what a save! Oh, is it not enough?
Good evening and welcome everybody back to Octane Online Racing Sprint Series. This week is round 3 and we are at Zolder. My name is David Hill and I am joined by Nick Amon. No Ryan this week, he's busy changing dirty diapers, but we're still going to try and have a good time, and I apologize ahead of time for the technical difficulties. Kind of had to just go with whatever to get it to work. So let's see how it works out this week.
I mean, you got it to work, and I think that's what matters. You know, Streamlabs is such a great program. It works when it wants to, and then, you know, you fidget with it for 45 minutes, and then you go check Reddit, and some dude from like 3 years ago is like, oh, all you have to do is this really simple thing.
Yeah, I have a feeling it's probably something really simple.
Probably is.
But we're here, we're going to go with it, see what happens.
I mean, you know, you turn it off and on, but I mean, you told me it's like, yeah, no, we can't really do that. We don't have that option, unfortunately.
Yeah, Mullick was saying that, like, once you start the stream, if you stop it, you're not allowed to restart it because of the stream keys in YouTube.
Really?
Yeah, that's what he was saying. So apparently my microphone is quiet, which is typical.
At least it's consistent.
Yeah. Let me
That's the best
see
part.
if I can get that turned up for you guys.
I'm expecting Dave to just like set the gain to like plus 20.
Well, I couldn't use voice meter because it like constantly makes my computer crash for some reason. Speaking from a barrel. Okay, let me turn up
I think I
him.
fixed it. I had to maybe shut off the setting. I don't know. I'm not gonna open the stream. It's too much effort. you know how tough it is being a caster, guys.
Yeah, I blame Ryan. You know, if he didn't have a kid, everything would be running.
Ryan didn't
so
have the kid.
smoother.
His wife did.
Well, he was
His wife
part of
had
the
the kid.
equation. You know.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Ryan, why? Come on. Why did you have to be responsible? Why can't you be like Dave and I?
Alrighty, so we're just wrapping up free practice here. I don't know if anybody saw some of the other splits, but they were very wet, and I'm always looking forward to a wet race. From watching it, it's kind of nice. Never want to be driving in it, but you know, it's a lot of fun.
No, definitely not. I will say though, some of the most enjoyable and downright terrifying racing I've ever done is in the wet, but that also is kind of compounded with the fact that the lobbies I'm in are good.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, you never see anything other than optimal conditions and like an SA60 lobby ever. You never get to see that. That does not happen.
All right, let's take a look. I really, so normally I like to jump on, kind of pay attention to the practice just to kind of see where people are at. but I legitimately spent the whole practice trying to figure out why it wasn't working.
Well, I can tell you that Messiah was the fastest in practice with a 1:27.6, followed by Dornelis. Not a lot of surprise there with the 27.8, and then Flomger is a 28.1, with Ike Guy being a 28.1.119. So he's actually 9 thousandths down, and then Fabiano is the 5th fastest with a 28.3. So I think, for the most part, I'm guessing Messiah and Dornelis are going to be at each other's throats for the majority of this race, and then everyone else is going to kind of start scrapping together as the laps start ticking by.
So a lot of what you might expect from the blue split, a lot of the same names towards the top.
Yep.
But again, if there's rain, it's the great equalizer. Always a chance to really shake up the grid.
That is true. My radar app said it was going to rain in about 10 minutes. It's probably wrong, because it usually is. So I don't know. Maybe the local rain will influence the virtual rain. We'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, we'll find out. Quick look to chat. J-Rock is saying that this is Ducky's first race for the Sprint Series.
Who is
that
Ducky?
Is Taylor Johnston.
Okay, I gotta look at names now. It's way outside my pay grade.
Currently, he's in P7 on the out lap here.
Find him. I hate broadcaster things.
He was in the Rookie Series last season, made the jump up to Sprint, had like a move. He moved to another state, which kind of interrupted the beginning of the season. So he's definitely a fast driver, so I'm excited to see where he ends up.
Well, that's moving around does throw a wrench into the works a little bit. Just from experience, I haven't moved a lot. I haven't moved at all, actually, but I understand that. But it's good that he was able to move up from rookies into sprint. I think it was last season when I was driving. I think it was Frizza that was added to the team lineup, and I asked him. I said, hey, we're already a couple rounds in. What are you doing? And he goes, well, I did the first race. I said, okay. And he goes, well, I may or may not have won by like over a minute, and they just said, yeah, no, you're going to sprint right now. So I was just like, all right, well, that's going to do it for us.
Yeah, I had no choice in the matter. So we've got some people setting times already. Let's see, Bruno Vasquez currently up at P1 with a 1:28.4. Bruno Fabiano with a 1:28.8. Thomas Dag, the first couple weeks had some not so great luck, but he's currently sitting at P4 with a 1:29.1. And Dornelis just picked up P1, going 7/100ths faster than Vasquez.
Actually, it's 69 thousandths. If we're gonna get exact here, I know.
If we're splitting hairs.
That's true. I want to hop on board with Johnston. Currently about a little over 2 seconds behind the pace, so we're talking like a 1:30-ish, give or take. Actually, yeah, about a 1:30.5 right now. So that puts him, or her, what was the name? Taylor.
Taylor, or also known as Ducky.
Okay, well, Ducky is 19th at the moment. There's less than half a second between first and fourth, so I think it's really going to be this race, at least for the first round, is going to be a lot of it's Dornelis, Vasquez, and Ike Guy putting in a 28.1. That's almost 0.3 up from Dornelis, but Dornelis is coming around through the final chicane here to put in another lap. We'll see if he maybe improves or if he kind of sticks where he is. Fabiano, 900ths down on Ike Guy. Dornelis across the line. It's only a 10th down. Only a 10th from Ike Guy. So good improvement. Not enough to move up the ranks, but it's chipping away a little bit here and there.
So while everybody is finishing up, let's take a quick look at the leaderboard for the season. Currently, overall, we've got Nicholas Alvarado in P1, and he's currently sitting P6 on track. Aloy Aikguy in P2, Renato Dornelis P3, Bruno Fabiano P4, and Blaine Hall sitting at P5. I believe
points difference.
Points difference. Let's see. Alvarado's at 211, Aikguy 200, Dornelis is at 192, Fabiano 166, and Blaine Hall is at 160.
That's relatively close.
Pretty close. First and second are really close. Fourth and fifth pretty close. So we've got a super sprint race tonight, I believe.
Yep, 2 rounds.
2 rounds. Got that, brief qualifying session in the middle. I kind of like this format personally. I think for a track like Zolder, you don't always have the best of luck. It's a very narrow track. Not a lot of space to make moves. You add in rain, it's a nightmare.
I'm not a huge fan of Super Sprint. I mean, it's it's nice and better than it's like, oh hey, we're gonna just go do an hour or whatever. But for me, I don't know. I always felt like it just made the night just a little bit longer, because you obviously have FP1, Q1, race 1, and then Q2, race 2, and I don't know, if for me it just felt like I would go in and I would start getting in the zone, but then it would get interrupted, so then I had to get back into the zone, and it just seemed to mess with me a little bit. But watching it, I'm fine with that. I could watch super sprints all day, all night. I don't care. I'm in the nice, warm, air-conditioned booth.
Right.
I'm not out there, putting myself through the slings and arrows of ACC.
That's one of the reasons I do like it, because I feel like when you have like that full one race session, you start to kind of get in like a little bit of like hot lap mode. So the leaders pull ahead and they just kind of stay there. I like this format because it shakes it up with the reverse grid between races, and you can you get those people that you're used to seeing towards the front, put them back behind traffic, and then see if they're still able to work through that and get towards the top. I think it makes it a little bit more exciting and potentially give other people a chance to kind of see what they can do.
I can't relate. I usually start behind them anyways.
Me too. I mean,
most times it's just like they come through and I'm like, oh, sorry, I'm taking up the track. My bad. But Dornelis, or not. Oh, no. Wait. Messiah comes through with a 27.6. Dornelis was sitting there with a 27.8. And I don't know where that came from out of Messiah. Oh, my God. That was quick. And I think those are the only 2 drivers in the 27s. Yeah. Because Pierce is a 28.06. So nobody else has a 27 as the last few drivers come through. Portis, P17, is going to go up to P9. Rasco, 20, is going to stay there. You've got Dag, who stays at 11th. Flavio coming through here is not going to improve. And Aikguy goes up to, I believe, 6th. I think he was sitting maybe 7th or so. But that's going to do it for qualifying. Vasquez still out on track, and I think Kogan as well. But the session has ended, and we begin the long 2-minute wait for the race to begin.
We did have one last minute 127 with Jacob Michel.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Let's see.
I believe I missed that.
Yeah, 127.855.
Wow.
Wait for the option here to click drive again.
No, we don't get that option, unfortunately.
We're here forever.
Oh boy, being trapped forever in the OOR offices, I couldn't imagine a better fate. Oh man, I'm ready to see some racing again. It's been a hot second since I've watched any ACC racing, especially after the last weekend I had participated in the 9-hour. So I think I've got all the sim racing out of me for the rest of the year. So it's time to take a break. But
oh, I bet
still got sprint. Oh yeah, I gotta say, It was a lot of fun. It really, really was. Like, all things considered, we started 45th and we finished 34th on the grid. So I was like, you know what? That's a net positive. I had fun. I was up all night into the early morning. I didn't get done till a little after 7. So all in all, though, it was wicked fun. Oh my God, I would totally do it again. Not the Silverstone 12-hour. That's a little bit much. But like maybe next year, like when other endurance races crop up.
The 12 hours, the one I'm most tempted by. I jumped in the comms booth for Kailami for the last hour. So that was like 6 a.m. my time.
Oof.
I had to get up. I got up at like 5:30 to try and wake up a little bit.
Yep.
It didn't go particularly well. I was still pretty tired.
Yeah, you gotta time it. That's the hardest part. Like, I had to basically just for a little bit, just wreck my sleep schedule, just so I could be up and running. Because I had to do qualifying for the team, so I was up at like 3:30, 3 o'clock, so I could, get things sorted. And then I had to go to class. I came home. I went to bed. I woke up, and then I was up all night. And then the next day was just. Oh God, it sucked. It was the worst. Because I wanted to go to bed, but at the same time, I'm like, no, I need to stay up. I need to kind of maybe break my sleep schedule a little bit more and then go from there. But I've recovered. That's what matters. I've recovered. Mentally, I'm back. Sleep schedule-wise, I'm back. Life is good. And that's what matters.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Speaking of good, though, got 23 or 22 beautiful cars making their way around here at Zolder. I have to say, Zolder is in, I think, my top 3 favorite tracks in this game. I don't know. I like it. A lot of good things have come out of Belgium. I gotta be honest. You got Spa, you got Zolder. I got a friend from Belgium. She's cool. The Belgian waffles. Those. Oh my God, those are so good. I will, honest to God, any waffle does not compare to the Belgian waffle. That's just a fact.
The man feels strongly about Belgian waffles.
They're good. They're so good. When I was a kid, my family and I used to go to this little breakfast restaurant that was close to us. Always got the Belgian waffles. So good. Got syrup, got toast. I was ready to go. It was great.
Life is good. Can't get any better.
Yep. And now I gotta go to college. So I don't know what happened along the way. I'm kind of trying to figure that one out. But anyways, safety car pulling off. Goodbye, beautiful safety car. As everybody lining up double file, the last few drivers catching up with the pack. Messiah here is going to be leading it off as they make the slow crawl, 80 kilometers an hour. I think that's 50. And I think the start isn't for quite a ways up. I think almost until you get to turn 1.
Yeah, it's pretty far up. If you want, Nick, I'll let you go in and call the start of this one. You were very stellar in our last one.
I wasn't here for the last one, but the one before that.
The first race, yeah. So I'll try and get you a good view here, and we'll see what happens.
Thank you very much, Mr. Hill. Here we go. Massa lining up P1, Michelle behind, and Dornalis making up that P3. And we're green here at Zolder as they start going through turn 1. Going to go back into the background a little bit. We've got the NSX in the wall, but people sort of making their way through. There's not too many issues. But we've got a Porsche around, a Porsche Ferrari, and a Honda all getting together there in turn 1. But the rest of the field feeling through properly. Massa's still keeping that lead over Michelle. Dornalis, I think, fell back just a little bit into the arms of Pierce, but besides a little bit of a mishap here, everybody's making it through, heading down to the Yeet chicane. I never want to go through. Got some side-by-side action of Bentley and a Porsche coming together. That looks like Ike Guy off into the gravel there, into the chicane. Oh, it's all just kicking off now. Everybody is mistakes, and oh boy. I mean, it's not the worst I've seen at a Zolder start.
Looks like we've got the safety car moving.
Oh, yeah. People are slowing down, it looks like. Yep, safety car on the move. Heading out into the world to pick up the grid. I think we had 4 cars there. We had 3 at the beginning. I believe it was, if I go back enough.
I saw Tommy Kogan go off.
Yep. It was Kogan, Alvarado, and Marsan, and then we had Ike Guy getting bumped by, I didn't see who it was. I believe it might have, I think it might have been Flavio. It was a Porsche, I remember that. Oh, wait, there's 3 Porsches that have the same livery. Oh, God. Okay. It could have been any one of them. Vasquez, Fabiano, Flavio, but yeah, it might have been Fabiano, it might have been Vasquez. I don't know. They've got the same livery, so it is a little difficult to tell.
Yeah, and you know, it's tough from like the helicam. You can't really see the numbers too well, and so no rain so far, but we did have a safety car, a little bit of carnage on the first lap.
Well, you gotta, the ACC gods know. They say, well, if we're not gonna give you rain, we're gonna give you sparks instead. Kogan pulling off into the pits though, got some, I'm assuming some pretty bad damage, especially that team name Smashing Beetles. That's, I don't know if that's a team name you want for a situation like that.
He didn't look like he got too, it didn't look like he got hit very hard. Just kind of got spun around, but maybe he didn't get worthy enough to jump into the pits here.
Alvarado, Johnston, all getting out relatively unscathed. Even Ike Guy, he got a little bit bumped, went into the sidewall there, but he didn't really get any damage. Oh, it's Marsan, excuse me, not Johnston. I don't think Johnston did anything. Johnston was just sort of there. We're still under safety car. Gonna hop up with Messiah. I think the safety car's probably gonna pull in this lap, so we'll have a bit of a restart. Hopefully the grid's bunched, or not bunched, they're spread out a bit, so through turn 1 should be relatively calm if my prediction skills are correct.
And let's see if Tommy Kogan can catch back up. You know, he's able to go full speed, not currently with the pack, so we'll see how far back he is once they end up passing over the start.
He's going to go on a tear. I'm calling it. This man is going to go from worst to first like it's nobody's business. I mean, he's very, very far back. The cars are pulling up to the front stretch right here. Messiah finally leading it off. And as we'll state, any overtakes cannot happen before the start-finish line, but nobody's really close enough to do anything, so we restart here at Zolder. Messiah leaving the way into turn 1. Everybody's just following suit. Large gaps between these cars, so I don't really think there's going to be any risk of crashes. Looking through the back of the grid here. And yeah, it looks like everybody's getting through nicely. Kogan finally coming up to the start-finish line, who is quite a ways back. But Messiah keeps the lead here as we begin to go through the Yeet chicane.
It's not that chicane, but the next one is probably the one that I've had the most trouble with ever racing here. I could just never really get the hang of it, and these guys look like they're just going through it effortlessly.
I can tell you for a fact that when you're learning the track, it is certainly a very tricky chicane. But once you, at some point, you just find the line, and you don't even think about it. It's one of those, like, your brain just does it subconsciously. You don't even actively think about it. And I remember when I had to race here, I was really surprised just how far inside you could go when you're taking the left through the chicane. Like, you can go like really inside that turn. It's insane. But yeah, like you said, these guys they're making it look easy.
Hunter, we're going to turn to chat real quick. Hunter, it's because they have to like mine the materials now. That's why GPUs are so hard to find.
GPUs don't even work in mines. What? They don't have hands.
Everything is so, like, you can't find anything these days.
No, you really can't.
Yeah.
Fabiano getting hit with a 5-second penalty. I think that might have been for the contact with Ike Guy on lap 1, as we right about the same spot actually. That shouldn't do too much harm. That got bumped up to a 20. Never mind.
I will go take a look. I don't have race control installed, so we'll have to check the Discord here.
I'll do it for you. Let's see. Yeah, causing a collision. It was a 5 plus a 15. So Fabiano's in quite a precarious spot. You know, it's still early in the race. I highly doubt that it's going to be too much of an issue. But 20 seconds is white the kick in the teeth.
We'll turn on the autopilot here and let it try and find us some battles. I'll be right back.
I'll be here. I'll keep everybody in. We've got... Oh, who's that? That is Rogers going wide towards the last corner here, or one of the last corners. Up and on with Rasco. I'm trying to just go off of what the stream is doing here. Making his way. He's got Frizza in front of him, a bit late on the brakes. He's going to outbrake himself, though, unfortunately. So that temporary ground gained is now lost. But I think the exit actually gave him quite a bit of speed coming through turn 4. And oh boy, Frizza goes wide onto the gravel. That's going to give Rasco a run. He's going to opt for outside into the inside though. So we're going to see how this develops. So they go side by side for a moment, but Rasco does back out, lives to fight another day. But coming down the hill here, no, he's not really in a position to get anything. Just sticking behind. He does have Landry in close proximity, so he does have to be careful. He's in the middle of an Aston sandwich. I don't know how tasty those are. I've never really been in the middle of one, but I've been the bread for one. But I'm telling you right now, Rasco goes a bit wide, which is going to give Landry a bit of a run. He's maybe thinking around the outside, maybe a switchback. We don't know, but coming out of the turn, it looks like Rasco's going to keep the position for the time being. Landry looking for something. But I don't think he's going to do it. He might, goes to the inside, but decides not to. Just saw the door. It was just a little bit, just a fraction of an inch open, but decided, you know what, this Aston is definitely a lot wider than that fraction of an inch. I'm going to back out. Try again later.
Yeah, probably the safer approach for sure. Yeah, I feel like with the shorter race, you do maybe see some folks trying to make, those... going for those moves they maybe wouldn't in a longer race, just to try and pick up as many spots as they can.
Mm-hmm. We have a shell dropping down though to P6. I don't know what happened, might have gone wide there, but that does promote Dornelis up to P2. However, Messiah just extending that lead there over these last few laps, hasn't really had to worry about any challenge, and I think that's one of the things you see a lot with the pole sitter is there's it's almost impossible for them to lose ground off the start because they're not stuck in a massive group. They're not having to fight with 2 or 3 other people. It's just them in the open road. They've got nothing to worry about. So I don't want to say anything because we don't know. But Messiah, great lead. Best lap is a 28.1 though, and Dornelis is 28.3. But we've got little packs forming though. We're gonna keep an eye on all of these. It seems to be within... we've got Philbin spinning off. Keeps it going. I don't know what happened there. I just switched to him and I saw an Aston going sideways.
A little bit of damage. Let's jump back 20 seconds and try and see.
What happens? Boy.
Got a little loose there and just kind of whipped it, looks like. But
yeah,
luckily, he wasn't really surrounded by anybody, so he could get a clean rejoin there.
Yeah, I didn't see if he might have touched the outside of the turn. I know that does. I mean, there's a bit of runoff, a little bit of curve, but there really isn't that much. And when you're going through there, ideally you hook up with the apex of the turn before, and that just absolutely sets you up. So I'm assuming you might have gone just a little bit wide there. Again, I didn't see it specifically, but that would be my guess.
Yeah, I think that part of the track, you can potentially unsettle the car a little bit in the chicane, and maybe as he was trying to correct it, he just lost control. That
could be a possibility.
Looks like Flomger here is trying to make a move on Austin Carpenter. It was pretty close, but it looks like maybe he got a little bit too much of the curb, and is potentially opening up space for Saidi to get past him.
Saidi trying to make it work around the outside. Is there enough grip? There is. That's Saidi moving on up. P8, but Flomger is not going to give it away that easily. Flomger's going to go around the outside. Bit of a bump, loses the car, and he's going to have to back out. I was ready to see them go like back and forth.
Yeah, I figured he was going to slingshot past him.
Go back a little bit. We've got P12, Dag, Voisin. It looks like they're trying. I don't know. I think they might have been scrapping a little bit, but that gap's opening up. But P15, Rasco defending from Landry. Got a lot going on right now.
Yeah, and that's been a battle going on for a little while now here. Rasco's been able to keep the elbows out and keep Landry at bay.
I don't know how wide that Porsche is, but I don't think it's the widest car in the grid.
Luckily, you don't need to be particularly wide here because the track is so narrow already.
Oh, yeah. Surprised you can go too wide through some sectors. It's impossible.
I agree. I feel like when they do kind of go too wide, you get that, brown flag for just a minute where you're like, okay, is there really enough room to squeeze two people through here?
And let's be real, how often does it actually work?
I think I saw a car turned around.
Yeah, we got Dag off. I don't know what happened. It might have been contact. It could have been driver error. Oh, it looks like it might have been actually from the Ferrari of... That couldn't have been Marcel. Who was that? Who was a black Ferrari? I see it. Is it Voice? Oh, I just go to Voisin. Voisin gets punched in the back by, looks like Alvarado, potentially? The pink... yeah, it was Alvarado. Punted him right in the back. The pink Honda.
It looks like I was able to get back, and I think we'll see this one. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Ooh.
Just hit him right in the butt and sent him right off the side.
I don't know if that was late braking or maybe a bit of an ambitious move. We've got Johnston in the pits though. Don't know what that is about. Could have been damage. Could have been a lot of things.
I think I saw him. So I'm friends with him in Steam, and I saw it pop up that he logged back in. So maybe he had a disconnection.
Oh, that might have done it. While we were figuring that out, Flavio making his way up into P10. Wait, or no, it was, excuse me, I think it was Hall. Yeah, Hall making his way up into P10.
Yeah, Sorry, was able to get past them. Yeah, it never catches up.
Oh, God, it's... Kudos, if you're listening, can we please, fix that, make it a little bit more, it doesn't have to be real time, but it is something relatively...
Just a little bit sooner than it is.
Yeah, just a little bit. I don't need to wait till the end of a lap to find out that, there's actually been 83 position changes. We didn't know because it didn't update.
I'm going to go back a couple of positions here. It looks like Landry's making his move to get around Rasco finally. Let's see if he can make it stick. So far, so good. It looks like he got a little bit of air on that chicane. So we'll see if he lost too much speed or if he'll be able to keep his elbows out and stay in front.
Well, I'm sure if that suspension still works, then I think Napoleon Dynamite would be impressed with those shocks. Please tell me you got that.
What was that?
Never mind.
I'm sorry.
The time
was
passed.
answering somebody out in chat.
Napoleon Dynamite. Don't worry about it. Oh, but anyways, Rasco trying to get his position back. Look for a move around the outside. Has to back out, though. Road is not long enough or wide enough for a move. A nice little couple of gaggles of cars, actually. Marcel with a 5-second penalty for, I believe it was collision. So we'll see where that's going to put him at the end of all of this. gap between Messiah and Dornelis is absolutely insane. Absolutely ridiculous. That is, I don't know how wide that gap is. Let me just double check here. Looks like a gap of almost 4 seconds.
Yeah, it would appear as though Messiah came to race this week. I think he is the only Mercedes in this split.
I believe he is.
I mean, he's making a hell of a case for it. That's for sure.
Yeah, he is. He's the only Mercedes. There's no other Merc on the grid.
Looks like we've got the Tommy Kogan fan club in chat with Rob Jakes and Andrew Warden.
But you know what? Like I said, it's possible that he just gets through the rest of this field in the next 12 minutes.
He's already up to 22nd. I mean, that's not bad when you think about how far he was.
He was what, all the way, almost, he might have been dead last.
He was dead last, and then when the green flag was waved after the safety car, he was still a ways behind. But
yep.
Not doing too bad so far. Still 12 minutes, could make up a few more spots. You know, he's got some folks in front of him with a couple penalties. Looks like we've got a couple more that have been coming through. Matthew Voisin, 15 seconds for causing a penalty or causing a collision on lap 8, and 10 seconds for Nicholas Alvarado for causing a collision on P9.
Where that's going to shuffle everything. I think, I mean, depending on how big these gaps are, there's definitely going to be a few movements once the checkered flag comes out, because I believe, I could be wrong, but gaps, let's see. So at this point, if the checkered flag was to wave right now, Alvarado would be moved all the way back to, I believe, I want to say like P20, like P20, like 22-ish, maybe 23, something like that. Marsan though, hold on, Marsan going for something on Lighty. I assume that's how that's pronounced. Apologies if I butchered it. But they're going side by side. Ooh, Marsan's got to back out. There wasn't enough room. Looks like, for the time being, the Lamborghini is going to stay ahead, but Marsan has shown his hand and says, hey, I might end up losing that P19, but at least try to have a little fun with you beforehand.
So it looks like confirmation that Ducky did get DC'd, so hopefully he'll be able to jump back in for the second race.
Yeah, you hate to see it. We've got Portis looking to defend a bit from the Lexus of Saidi, who got ahead of Flomger. A little bit loose there on the exit, but keeps it pinned, keeps it down to the ground. But he is going to lose that gain on Portis and fall a little bit closer to Flomger. Flomger might look for something. I don't know if the slipstream is even strong enough, but perhaps he keeps it at this and, you know, just sort of reels him in a little bit. We could see another position change before race end, but at the moment, we're going to just keep their positions as we head through the start-finish line. We would like to say hello to Mr. Ryan Garrity joining the chat. Congratulations again, my man.
And looking in chat, it looks like Turner is saying it's Victor Leachy.
Leachy, okay. I'm not going to question it. I have no way to verify. So I will just run with that. Thank you, Turner. We appreciate all that you do. You know, I did tell Ryan, I was like, hey, you know, you should get your daughter in the booth. I'm sure she'd be a natural.
Yeah, I think we definitely need a little smelly streaming session here.
I mean, I think that would be more of an upgrade if we're being honest.
Yeah,
trade one for the other.
Right. Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, Ryan, this is actually your resignation. I know that you're not resigning yourself, but we're just going to pretend it is. It's been great having you, man, but, got to open up the doors for new talent.
Let's see where it's close. I think back here is pretty close racing. Maybe go back a little more. Looks like Tommy Kogan was able to get around Alloy Aikai. So his next target is Gabriel Marsan.
We just missed it. It looks like Rasco losing a place to Frizza. I think perhaps a little bit of a slow exit at the hairpin. I have so much trouble with that turn myself. I can never seem to get the break point right, no matter what I do. But yeah, Frizza does gain it into P13 after being stuck behind Rasco for quite a while.
Looks like Rasco's going to take the spot back without much defense there.
I was busy looking through the field. I'm assuming somebody went wide.
It didn't look like it. It looked like he just maybe had a better exit and was able to get around him.
I think Frizza might be going back at it. It's looking. Oh, he's late on the brakes. He's going to get a bit of a bump into the back of Rasco, but that's not going to do anything except just give Rasco a boost. I thought bump drafting was against the rules. I may have to check the rule book again.
Judges, gotta have somebody take a look at that.
The judge is giving it a 10. I don't know why. We're supposed to be figuring out if they're guilty, but okay, we'll take the 10.
So it looks like that little bit of a bump there gave Rasco quite a lead to the cars behind him. So let's see if we can find something else here. Looks like Flavio and Blaine Hall are still relatively close. We'll see if Flavio is able to keep up. Blaine has been pretty impressive this year. I think he's pretty typically he's pretty high up the grid these last couple races.
Mm-hmm. Apparently, it looks like one of our judges says that's a clean hit. Judge Days of Thunder. I did not know that Judge Thunder was here this evening with us. I thought he was on vacation. We've got a bit of a, it looks like Flanger trying to make another move around Saeed. He was close for just a moment, had to back out. We've got Philin in the pits, by the way. I don't know what that's all about. Might be damage.
We got J-Rock in chat saying a little shake and bake action there with Rasco and Frizza.
Delicious.
Yeah.
We've got Messiah, though, stretching that lead out just a smidge over 4.5 seconds to Dornelis. I mean, this is an absolute thrashing he's putting on right now.
Yeah, it's not. We're not used to seeing Dornelis in second place that far behind somebody else.
I know, it's odd.
So I don't really recall seeing Messiah much, but clearly came to race and show what they can do. Mm-hmm. Like I said, they're the only Mercedes out there, and they're showing that they can sure drive the Mercedes pretty well. I was never a huge fan of it, but I did feel like it did pretty well at this track, just because it could get over all the curbs and chicanes pretty well.
I've never tried the Mercedes. I'm not a fan of the cockpit, as it were, being so far back. It just feels weird to me.
Oh yeah, I mean the hood on that thing is huge. Let's jump to it here. Get some bonnet cam.
That's like a duck's bill. It just goes.
We know how polarizing bonnet cam is to the racing community. So let's see.
What is a bonnet?
The hood cam.
Thank you. I did not understand. It must be a regional dialect.
Yeah. Let's get to those freedom units, and call it a hood.
A hood.
I feel like the Mercedes gets a little bit just for the sound. It sounds incredible. I love the sound of it.
Yes, it does.
All
Sounds amazing.
Let's see if we can find any battles.
Pierce keeping Vasquez within half a second. I don't know if I have to see what their lap times have been over the course of the race so far. If I could check it. Oh, I can't. Okay. Oh no, I can't. I was already on that screen. I can't check it. Whatever. Let's see. I change.
Andrew, are you saying that the hole in the hood for the Mercedes is the hole of glory?
Now hold on a second. Wait a minute. So Vasquez's last lap was a 28.8 and Pierce's was a 28.9. So 10th down. I don't know. Again, we don't know what the rest of the laps look like, but Vasquez a bit wide there on the exit. That's going to allow Pierce to just move right on up. Is he going to try something around the outside? He's late on the brakes. Maybe a switchback? Doesn't look like it. He may have just compromised himself, and Vasquez pulling away.
Yeah, it seems like maybe he thought he could get around, but like you said, I think it ended up having the opposite effect. But he still has maybe another lap or two. Could potentially get around him.
Let's double check that. Let's see, because depending on where. All right, so Messiah. Yeah, that's probably gonna be 2 more laps. So not over yet, but time is running out.
But yeah, I think if Pierce can be smart about it and maybe not try and push it, I think he can maybe get around Vasquez. He was definitely closing the gap, and maybe seemed to be doing a little bit better on exiting the corners.
Yep, last lap for Vasquez 29.4 and Pierce was a 29.2. I think that just has to do with the little bit of outside that Vasquez picked up. So I don't think that's really indicative of a potential move incoming, but perhaps as we go through the chicane into this surprisingly tricky section, we might see something out of Pierce. But as it stands, Messiah coming up to the last lap here. It's only going to cross the line with probably a little under a minute 10. So as he runs on up this front stretch across the line, that is going to be the final lap of the race. So at the moment, Vasquez still having to do quite a bit of defending from Pierce, who is looking to gain another position. He does have that top 5 quite comfortably to Carpenter. But again, any mistake you make at any point is going to just completely remove all of the work you put in. I think he's getting a bit closer. Vasquez almost losing the back end, keeps it pinned though. So they go into turn 4. I know Pierce might go for something. That Porsche is sliding right now, losing grip. I don't know what's going on. Almost goes into the back. Might have been lag. But he's Pierce close to Vasquez. I don't know. I don't know if there's going to be much
it's
attempt.
tough. It's tough to decide. I mean, Vasquez doing a really good job of staying in front of him. And, I mean, he's doing the right things, I think.
He's just keeping him honest, but we hop on with Messiah down the front stretch, and Messiah is going to take race 1 here at Zolder by a good margin, actually. I think it was 3, 4, 5 seconds. Dornelles P2, and Michelle coming across P3. Vasquez keeping that P4, and Pierce with P5. Carpenter making his way around. That's going to be P6 for him. Portis, Saidi, Flamger, Hall going to keep their positions. Flavio as well. And Hall is going to make up that top 10.
Just quickly in chat, Rogers, it looks like they're in the Porsche.
Porsche. Good little car. The back end really likes to step out in here for some reason. At least in my experience.
All the time.
All the time. All the time. Marsan actually with a 35-second penalty. What in the world happened there? Let me check. Let me see what happened. Let's see. Marsan did not get a penalty for an incident on lap 13. However, he still had a 5-second, it looks like. Yep, he had a 5-second penalty for collision on lap 2, and then it looks like nothing. So that might just be an error, but that's going to put him down to P22.
Could potentially have been a drive-through that was converted over to time.
Oh, that's right. Yep, because he's car 11. I saw that. How did I not notice that?
So right now we've got the super qualifying session. So basically P1 to P12. They're going to start the next race in reverse grid order. Everybody else goes back out. They get another qualifying session to fill out the grid from P13 onward. So let's find some folks to watch. We'll focus on Marsan for now, just because he was the first one out, and we'll see how everybody does.
First one out, so he has track position's got quite a gap though. Obviously it's qualifying, it doesn't matter, but Marsan doesn't really have to worry about much of anything. He's got clean air in front of him. He's got quite the space behind him, so I think for right now he's just going to focus on getting himself back into race mode here. Gonna try and bounce back again. It is reverse grid, so if I had to bet on it, I would say that Marsan is probably going to start. Well, I don't want to say high up because it's behind P12, but for this qualifying, I think it will be a pretty decent showing from him.
Yeah, I think we might also see Ike Guy. Ike Guy might do pretty well. Maybe Tommy Kogan, we'll see how he does. I think those are the ones you'll typically see towards the front of this group.
Have to agree with that. Maybe even Landry once, Landry finished in top 12.
So we now have Marsan on his hot lap. Let's see how he does. We'll keep an eye on him for now.
I have a feeling he's going to probably just set the fastest lap in qualifying. That's going to be it. I mean, he is quite the skilled driver. I can tell you from past experiences. He was. If I didn't have to worry about Dornelis, with his angry McLaren, Marsan was also one of the guys I had to just move aside for. I'm like, you know what? I choose life. I'm going to let him through because I'd rather not hold him up.
I think in my first rookie series, Marsan and Fabiano were still in the rookie series. And I feel like those guys every week, almost always towards the top of the grid. At the time, they were both in Mercedes. And man, those guys could drive so fast compared to the rest of the rookies.
It really, yeah, I'd have to agree. Even on, tracks that I considered my best, these guys were just like, yeah, so here's like a 1.5 second gap. And I go, okay, so what happened?
Yeah, the one I remember most, it was around Silverstone. I had messed up my fuel calculation and was almost out of fuel on the last lap. And I think Fabiano passed me to lap me towards the end of the race. And I was so bummed out. It was going to be the first race ever where I didn't get lapped. And
all good things was come to an end.
Yeah, and I was like, the last couple laps, I had to switch the engine map just to try and conserve fuel, and I was so bummed out. It's never happened since then, but
you've learned.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Always overplan.
Yeah, we got the first laps coming in. Ike Guy, an absolutely monster lap of a 28.5, and then Dag with a 28.9. Marsan 29.0, so far only 2 drivers breaking through to the 28s. And we look down the pole here. I gotta remember how to say this one. It was Leichi, I believe. Yep, Leichi. P4 right now, 29.6, and then looks like, who's that below him? Tracy with a 29.6 as well, and then we start getting into the 30s. But Marsan here, coming around for another lap. I think he may have improved. I think he did go a bit wide, though, into turn 4, so might have fallen a little bit. We'll see as he comes up to the line here. You want to keep it pretty much as straight as you can through the outside of the turn. He is going to improve into the 28, so it's a 28.7 for Marsan as he takes second place for the time being. Ike Guy, though, still 2/10 ahead just about. I see a few more improvements here and there, but nothing too crazy at the moment. What does Dag do? Does Dag improve? Dag does go up to provisional pole, a 28.4. That is
I think he was up 4/10 on that one.
Dude is absolutely blazingly quick. That's only 600ths in front of Ike Guy, so incredibly close. But here's the thing. Ike Guy, somehow, some way, still has, according to the game, still has all purple sectors, and yet is sitting second. So that's a head scratcher, but I'm sure it's classic Kuno's coding.
Yeah, that's weird. In the broadcaster, it's showing he has a purple first sector. He's tied for the second sector, and he's not purple for the third. So, yeah, Kunos has been drinking.
What?
Again.
No way.
Again.
Kunos is drinking. No, that never happens.
Looks like Ike Guy currently 5/10 up. Let's see if he can keep that through the last couple turns here.
I'd like to hop on with Ike Guy, please. Thank you.
Maybe he will.
Let's see. Get a 28.5, a 28.0. Wow. Okay, hold on. The gloves are coming off.
Oh man, yeah, these guys aren't. They're fighting for that P13. I mean, these are really good times.
That's
I
almost
think
half a second up.
We only had a couple of drivers get 127s in the first qualifying session, so I mean, these guys are getting really close.
Yep, we got Tracy coming through with a 28.4, which puts him about 500ths up from Dag, and then you've got Kogan fourth with the 28.6, and then Marsan making up that top 5 with a 28.7. Ike Guy with the first two sectors being purple. However, Kogan does steal that third sector away by it's about 400ths or so. So, you know, if Ike Guy can somehow just squeeze out that 4/10ths, he's gonna go into the 27s.
He's up a 10th right now. Let's see where he ends up here. He's up
a 10th. He's up 2/10ths.
2/10ths now. Yeah, he just.
This is a 27. Unless he somehow royally screws up this chicane, which I doubt, because this chicane's really hard to screw up.
Don't put that out in the universe, man.
Too late. It's already there. It's not gonna matter. The ACC gods have shown mercy. An Ike Guy across
127.8.
Woo. Jeez. Yeah, and that's right at the end. I doubt nobody is going to beat that. That is an absolutely otherworldly time. That is insane. Tracy into the pits. He knows. He's like, you know what? I am not going to beat that. I'm just going to cut my losses here and sit P2, which is going to turn into, P14?
14, yep. I mean, not a bad spot, you know.
No, definitely
pretty
not.
much halfway up the grid. Plenty of time in the next race to make a move. And
Voisin, 28.8. That's up for 6th.
Man.
There's still, I think, a couple people out on track. Yep, we've got 477 of, I didn't see who that was. But we've got Frizza and Johnston coming across. Frizza currently P13, which is going to be P25 once the reverse grid is enabled. So he goes through. Is he going to improve? Oh boy, that just held up Johnston. So Johnston's qualifying is done. Frieza with a 30.5 as his best, and is going to be a 29.8 and not going to move up, unfortunately. He gets really close to Lechi, 0.03 of a second, but it's not enough to improve. James Morris saying the boat is cheating here. Curbs don't exist, or burbs, depending on which spelling you go off of. I have to, listen, as somebody who has driven the boat, you eat curbs. It's not even fair half the time. Because I've got, you got guys who have to be very precise and very careful with these curbs, and I'm just like, Lamau, what curb?
Yeah, I've driven the Bentley a couple times, and I agree. It eats them for breakfast.
It eats it all day. It's every single meal for that thing. Even the snacks in between are like little curbs. It's insane.
We've got Rob in chat saying he wants Ike Guy tested for drugs, performance-enhancing drugs.
Probably has some downforce we don't know about on that car, so we should probably double check on that as well. The Bentley and the Aston, I think, are the two most stable cars. The Aston can't eat curbs as much. I've found that out. However, it's still, relatively safe.
Catch you later, Andrew. Good luck in your race.
Oh, that's right, because he's in red split. All right, we'll see you there, Andrew. Don't crash. That's my advice. Look at these cars. Beautiful. I was watching the VOD for EU, and I was like, wait a second. That's got a lot of OORs. I want that. So I'll probably hit up Mullock. I'll be like, hey, dude, can I have this? And he's like, nah.
I was going to try and get the custom liveries set up, but Mullock was saying that it breaks a lot of things, so decided not to go for it.
We just get the regular colors. I will say, though, some of the colors on these cars, even just without the custom liveries, still looks amazing.
All right, so as always, we're going to see if we can get a straight line.
Probably. We can do it. We're capable.
I don't know. I still think Mullock pays off the safety car here.
Oh yeah, what's your evidence?
I mean, they can look at this. The safety car has stopped going through like a turn, kind of. So he's not even straight to begin with. How are they gonna line up in a straight line?
Faith.
Yeah. See. Look at this. What is going on?
Okay, I think I just cursed Warden, by the way. Warden, I'm sorry.
Is that Blaine? Blaine, what are you doing? What is that?
Blaine's lining up.
What kind of straight line is that?
No, wait, no. We have to yell at Flavio. He's off to the right. That's his. If anybody, Flavio has to get yelled at.
These guys are all terrible at straight lines. I mean, come on.
It's like they bounce back and forth. It's like Landry's in the middle, Flavio off to the right, Paul's off to the left a bit, Flonger's in the middle, which is good, and then Saeedi's off to the left, and then from there it's a straight line. I think we need to put these guys back in like geometry.
Yeah,
to just learn straight angles.
Ryan in chat is saying that this line will be as straight as his belt after pandemic eating.
It's sure looking like that.
Yeah. Well, to be expected. I feel like we never get close to a straight line.
No, that's impossible. That will never happen. It's not.
We're never going to get the koozies.
What is there any track on the calendar that we could even consider having an actual straight line on for the start?
I mean, I feel like a lot of these we could, but that's why I say the safety car driver is on the payroll of Mullock. Because they always line up, like they always stop at a spot that makes it difficult to do a straight line. It's my tinfoil hat theory.
That's not a theory. That's a fact.
And Mullock isn't here to defend himself, so it's okay.
the one time that we can have our theories is when Mullock isn't here. Other than that, no theories, nothing.
Yeah,
we don't get that luxury.
I think he was telling me he was going to step out this morning, so he's not going to be able to watch the stream. So he's not here to defend himself.
He's probably busy getting probably the briefcase for, you know, the safety cars, all the hundreds of thousands.
Oh yeah,
Do we have anything on the calendar that's even remotely Barcelona, or no, not Barcelona. Who am I kidding? Never mind. You know what? I'm going to hand this off to you, Dave. I did the first one. I will, of course, let you do the second one.
So we've got Landry P1, Flavio P2, Blaine Hall P3, Flomger P4, and Saidi P5. Let's see if everybody can keep it clean at the start of race 2. We should be getting a green flag here shortly. And we are off. Looks like Blaine Hall is potentially able to get a slightly better start. Let's see if he can make a move here to get around. Let's back up here. Blaine coming up to the side of Landry. Decides to ease off, back up a little bit, keep it safe. So far, so good. Everybody's keeping it clean this race.
We had a Bentley off, I think.
Let's see.
I think it was Jeffrey Amador, the white Bentley. I think I saw him go a bit wide. Unless it was...
Oh, we got 3 wide here going up to the chicane, but they smartly decided to ease off a little bit. I mean, good God. Can you imagine trying to go 3 wide through that?
I mean, you can. It's just not going to end well. we never discussed that it had to end well. We just had to discuss whether or not it could happen.
Well, I guess that's why. Oh, we've got an Aston Martin flipping around. I think that was Austin Carpenter. Oh, much sadness here.
Uh-oh. This is probably going to draw out a safety car.
Yeah,
safety car
looks
on the
like
move.
The safety car is on the move. Well, at least everybody was able to hit the brakes there. Could have been much worse, but thankfully they didn't take out Austin too bad.
This could have easily have been Kyalami. What was it? Kyalami green split round 2.
I mean, I was
Did
just
you
going to
see
say
that clip?
any of the splits in the EU today.
Or were they a bit
well, they had
a bit
rain.
messy?
Yeah, they had
Oh,
rain,
that's right,
so
yeah.
it was just like carnage left and right.
Yeah, God, I love when Mullet calls starts. It's great. It makes me happy. I will say, I think between the AP Green Misano start from last season and the Kyalami Green, you know what I just realized? The 2 biggest accidents and the craziest Mullet calls have come from AP Green. I think that might be the reason.
Yeah, I remember last season AP Green. That is when everything happened. It was always cars off track hitting each other. Much sadness in AP Green.
Yeah, that's true. But that Kyalami call, I think, is probably the best one Mullock's ever had. Because you can just, on one hand, yeah, you've got the Masana one, there's a lot of disappointment. I think Kyalami was just pure rage. He's like, you know what? This is AP Green's fault. They're the not dealing with them anymore.
I think Kyalami is one of his favorite tracks, so he's probably sad to see all the carnage.
It's a great track, though. It's a really good track. I have to say, it's amazing. Except when there's, 15 cars just beating and banging in a small space somehow. It might make it a little less fun. But it looks like the safety car in this lap, perhaps? Or is it going to be next lap? It's still very close.
Yeah, it's probably going to pull in here shortly. And we'll get some more green flag racing here.
No, looks like another lap of safety car.
Oh.
It might be for, it might be for damage. Maybe for all the cars that might have had a bit of an accident.
Surprising. All right, so we're going to have a second lap under safety car.
Yeah, it doesn't look like anybody's going into the pits, though. Yeah, everybody's staying out. So it doesn't look like anybody had too much damage. Maybe a couple scrapes and bruises, but manageable.
I guess we'll assume the race director made the call, and I guess we'll go around one more time.
I do like the scenery on this track. I like the little like wind turbine power plant thing they've got. It's always nice. I remember the first time I saw it, I almost crashed because I was looking at it and not the road. I was like, oh, that's really nice. And I'm like, oh, wait, that's the grass. I should probably not be over there.
So I think something happened to Dag for him to end up all the way at the back.
Probably was involved in that little royale at the start. I think I did see his car get a little bit messy. Shout outs to safety car.
Ryan Garrity, Lexus is king.
That might be wrong.
Well,
That
it's
might
because
be wrong.
Ryan's driving the Lexus right now, so he's a little bit biased. And he's got like baby brain right now. He can't.
No,
he
that's
doesn't know what
true,
he's
yeah.
saying. He hasn't slept for 20 hours or whatever.
I did see him in, I think it was the commentator chat room. He's like, I was kind of upset I couldn't bring my rig in. I'm like, yeah, shame. Why can't you whip it around a track at 150 miles an hour while your wife is taking care of your kid? But the safety car pulls in. I think it's time for round 2, Dave. I think you can.
Yeah, we'll see what happens this time. So they're coming around the final turn here, and it looks like they are off. I think with these starts, you kind of see everybody space out a little bit more, so it should be a little bit safer. Some pretty big gaps so far, so...
No, but we still got people together, though.
We've got Voisin going into the pits, but he's stopping. Don't know
That's
what's
all
going
about.
on there. Let's see if we can find some action here.
Oh, there is plenty of action. We've got Johnston Frizza, and it looks like the Aston of... Who is that? It's Tracy and Frizza and Johnston P13 at the moment. As they come down to the chicane, a little side-by-side action in the background. And is that Tracy going up the inside? I don't know if he made contact with Frizza, but Michelle. Wow, I do not know cars. Gets through up into P15, it looks like. Yep. And everybody else kind of following suit. Nothing much else outside of that. Got a few more drivers kind of clumped together, but pretty clean restart.
Yeah, let's poke around and see if we can find any battles going on. Looks like Dag has already been able to make up 2 spots. I know Voisin went into the pits, so he's been able to get around Leitchi. My guess is he'd be able to get around a couple of these drivers here towards the back of the grid.
Ooh, we've got Johnston off at the final chicane, and that's going to drop him all the way down from 14th to 18th.
So do a quick replay here. Let's see what happened. Maybe
understeered.
misses brakes. Yeah, maybe misses braking point there.
Yep.
Not too bad. I mean, he was able to keep it relatively safe. He didn't shoot across the track and take anybody out. We'll put it up to the first race yips.
Yeah, of course. That's what I always say. We've got looks like a little bit back P8. Pierce. He might have been gaining a slight bit on Dornelis here as we see Flavio going a bit wide. It's probably going to be a little track cut warning for him, if anything. I'd be surprised if it wasn't, but keeps it relatively clean. What is this? BC?
Yeah, let's... oh, well, I went back 30 seconds, and he's still there. So he's been sitting there for a while.
You hate to see it.
unfortunately, we're going to have to wait the full 30 seconds for the replay to be done.
Well, we'll do some radio show casting as Hussar and looks like Johnston here. They were side by side, and they're gonna maybe go side by side again through the final chicane. Not gonna happen. Hussar was up momentarily, but sort of outbraked himself. Now he finds himself on the rear bumper and gaining actually a bit of a slipstream. He's going to go down the inside here into turn 1 onto Johnston. There's not much Johnston can do about this, but it might. He's going to come back, though. He's not going to give that position up that easily. And now Johnston retains that 19th position as they go through turn 2. And it's going to keep that, but that's going to open the door up for Carpenter, actually. Hussar going a bit wide. But, oh boy, Carpenter, he got a little bit too ambitious. It might have gone a fraction of an inch wide, and he's going to lose that ground he just made.
And we gotta remember it's Hasser, not Hussar.
Hasser, sorry. My brain does not work.
It was a revelation to everybody last season.
Oh yeah.
You know, it broke the internet for an evening.
Kim Kardashian breaking the internet.
Yeah,
nah, it's all about a driver from Canada.
Yeah,
that's what breaks it.
It's Dave.
Good old Davey boy. Oh, hold on. We got it looks like, what is it? Is that Flavio? Bit slow there. Drops to P8, which does promote a couple drivers up. Oh, this is gonna get interesting.
This is gonna get
right
good.
Here. I want to see this go down. Portis driving away, though. He's got nothing to worry about. Flavio, Dornelis, Ike Guy, Kogan going head-to-head with Pierce. And Marsan, though, tried to get in, but didn't happen. So Pierce is going to take over, and he's going to get that P10 spot away from Tommy Kogan, and now they're starting to space out a bit. I was so ready for them to start just getting down dirty, beating and banging. I was ready. I was so ready to see something go down. And we did. We did see some stuff go down.
So Adolfo Bisi's still on track, still in the same spot. I'm not quite sure what's going on there.
Maybe something IRL came up. You know, that does happen from time to time with people.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a disconnect. I doubt it.
Yeah, well, I think
if it was a disconnect, he wouldn't be here.
Yeah, I think if you disconnect, you maybe teleport back to the pits. I don't know.
I don't know necessarily.
Let's jump towards the front here. It looks like Landry's been able to create a pretty decent gap between him and Hall. We'll see if Hall can make any gains there.
That's just about a second.
Let's see.
But Hall did go a 10th quicker, so I don't know if that's indicative of maybe reeling him in. There's still 17 minutes to go. There's still more than enough time for a move to be made. But if Landry just kind of keeps doing what he's doing right now, I think it's going to be a quick and easy race 2 victory for him.
Let's keep an eye on these guys here towards 7th through 12th here, I think.
Yeah, just about actually. Yeah, that's quite the group. I think that's the largest group we have right now.
I think they're gonna make for the best video here, I think.
Oh yeah, Portis though pulling away. He knows he doesn't have to worry about it. He's like, you know what? They're gonna be fighting. I don't have to worry about a thing. I can just keep myself going. Flavio outbraking himself. That might be another track cut warning for him. As we see Pierce maybe looking for something around Ike Guy. I doubt it's gonna happen here. I mean, unless he goes for the almightiest of sends, but we see Kogan going a little bit deep, and Michelle actually gonna almost gain that position. They're going door to door here, and they've got Pierce to worry about. Are they gonna go? They're not gonna go 3 wide. There's no way. There is no way. Tommy Kogan though backs out for a moment. Michelle goes wide over the bumps, and Michelle's gonna lose 2 positions as Marsan picks up the gimme. Oh, I was gonna say I doubt 3 wide.
That was pretty intense for a moment there.
I I wanted that. I was ready to see something happen like that, but Michelle not giving up quite yet. He's going back. Marsan goes a bit wide, and that's going to give a little bit of a switchback. And Michelle's got the inside line, and for the time being, he does pull ahead, and around the Ferrari he goes into P12. But I think Marsan's going to think about it, looks down the inside, but decides to back out, says it's not worth it right now, try to just get him on pace alone, and then worry about that later. Looking towards the front here.
I didn't see what happened, but Flomger was able to get around Blaine Hall, currently up into P2.
I know, I was about to
Landry
say
has
that.
pulled away.
Almost 3 seconds.
Almost 3 seconds, yeah.
Insane.
So we'll see if Blaine can get the position back. We do have a car off, it looks like, 131. Thomas Pierce. Let's go back 20 seconds and see if we can
see what
happened.
Oh, no. Oh, somebody tagged him. Who was that? I think that might have been Carpenter.
Well, he started
Philbin.
spinning on his own.
That's terrible.
See.
That is absolutely heartbreaking.
I didn't
You
end up
hate
catching
it.
that.
You hate to see it. No, it was Philbin came through. I guess just didn't have enough time to get out of the way and smacked the backside of that car, and he's gonna go way down. 23rd. Pierce into the pits though after that contact.
All right, let's see if we can find some action here.
I'm in the wrong camera. Where's my heli cam? Oh, there it is.
Let's check out these guys here. Back towards the middle, kind of like our... that's like been the closest racing so far. We'll see Tommy Kogan if he can hold off Michelle. We'll see if Ike Guy can get around Flavio.
Ooh, Michelle,
and like you were saying, Portis, he was able to kind of pull ahead and get away from this.
That's the one thing we do see, though. Ike Guy, maybe around the outside of Flavio here. There's quite a bit of runoff to work with. Okay, this might be the move as we go towards the final chicane here. Ike Guy with that inside line. He's just got to be a bit later on the brakes. He goes door to door with Flavio. He has the lead for just a moment, but he has that outside line, and now we've got two sets of cars going door to door. And it looks like Ike Guy is going to take that 8th place
as well.
Yep. Oh, Flavio looking for something.
Oh no!
Oh no! He saw down the inside. He saw the light, but it wasn't truly there, and he's gonna bump Ike Guy off. Thankfully, Ike Guy not getting messed up as he did in race 1. However, that is gonna give the McLaren of Tracy a shot as they go door to door. There's a bump there. Getting the elbows out
we got
of Porsche.
Flavio here potentially trying to take advantage of their battle here, get around him, get around Tracy. And pretty clean, not bad.
A little bit of bumping, but, bumping's racing. Oh, wait, that's NASCAR.
A wise man once said rubbing is racing.
A wise man also once said, if you no longer go for a gap that isn't there, you're not a racing driver. I think my favorite one I've ever seen, at like a shortened variation of that, is like, if gap then car, some Brazilian. I was just like, that's pretty much it.
So this battle's looking pretty close here. Looks like Dornelis is currently about 3/10 behind Saidi. We'll see if we'll be able to potentially close the gap here up into P4.
He's only about 200ths faster. However, Saidi's fastest is a 29.1 and Dornelis's is a 28.3. So this might be within a few laps. Dornelis may see himself up into P4. But as it stands, only a 200th difference between laps. That's nothing to write home about.
We'll let that one stew over for a little bit, and we'll bounce back here. Oh, we got a car going relatively slow here. Is that Flavio? Let's go about 20 seconds and see. Oh, he had some contact there with Alloy Ike
Oh,
guy.
jeez, that was a vicious snap.
You hate to see it.
Is that possibly for the turn 1 incident, do you think? A little bit of payback?
I don't know if it was, I don't know if he did it on purpose.
Probably not. I'm probably looking into this a little too deep.
Have you driven the Bentley? It's large. You don't know where you are, you know?
Yeah. After spending 9 hours in it, yes. But you eventually learn where it is. You're like, oh, there's the other side of the car. Because
where's the left side of the car? I don't even know.
I think the Bentley's the only car in the game that you're on the right. I don't think there's any other car that puts you on the right.
In the GT4s, you've got the Ginetta, but that is a tiny car compared to the Bentley.
I will say though, sitting on the right side of the Bentley makes going through Cheetah a lot easier, Kyle, on me. Like, it's stupid easy. You're like, oh yes, that makes sense. I can see exactly where the apex is.
So it looks like Johnston went a little bit wide, and Dag was able to capitalize and get around him to jump up into P16.
Let's see. What else? Oh, hold on. Uh-oh. Looks like Dornelis and Saidi, I think they got together a bit, because Dornelis went very, very, very wide at the chicane, and that's actually going to give Vasquez...
We'll jump back 20 seconds here. Looks like Saidi was defending. Oh, and Dornelis missed his braking point.
Oof, I thought it was contact for a second.
Took the esports line and mowed the lawn a little bit there.
This isn't Forza.
Yeah, this is Forza Horizon.
Oh, is this Forza Horizon 5? Wow, it looks really different.
It sure is, yeah.
Wait,
yeah.
This is false advertising. The trailer is completely different from the gameplay, unless this is the beta.
Maybe even the alpha, I think.
This is actually the idea.
Let's take a look here at Rasco and Michelle.
11 at the moment. Still quite a gap, though, to Ike Guy. I think that's... let's just double check and see what that gap to Ike Guy is. 2.5 seconds. So, potentially, this is where Rasco will sit. Although, Michelle, just half a second back, though. So, still within striking distance. I don't believe that there's going to be much. This see. Rasco's last lap was a 30.1. Michelle's was a 29.1. So I think this P11 might not be much for this world for Rasco.
And taking a quick look here, looks like we had a penalty come through for Marcus Flavio. A 10-second penalty for causing a collision on lap 11.
That's probably the Ike Guy one. Speaking of Ike Guy, though, does go a bit wide there at the exit and losing more time to Marsan, which does push him back into Rasco. So perhaps that 2.5 second gap, perhaps that'll come down as these remaining 7.5 minutes tick by. I don't know what's going on with the Bentley. Maybe some mechanical issues after the contact.
Yeah, maybe.
It's a boat, but it's no Ironsides.
Nice history joke.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you got that. I'm very happy with that.
Ironsides.
Yep. See, not only are we entertaining people with these broadcasts, we're also educating them.
Oh yeah.
And
still,
do you get that anywhere else?
It is the oldest ship still in service within the Navy.
Yep.
For the record.
We got Lindry going wide there, and that's actually going to give Flomger the lead.
Oh, look at that!
Oh,
let's jump back about 15 seconds there, and we can watch this move happen.
It wasn't a move. He just he risked it over the yeet.
He caught the chicane. Definitely, it looks like all 4 tires came up off the track, and Flomger was there to capitalize.
I didn't know they did rally at Zolder. He's the co-pilot we need. But that does give Flomger the lead. It's only half a second gap, and then back to Hall is just about 2.5.
We got Ryan Garrity in chat. Go read a book, Ryan. Come on.
Ryan, it's clearly an anime. God, get it right. Ike Guy, though, picking up a 10-second penalty here.
Might have
looks
been from
like
that contact.
Yep, causing a collision, lap 12. Probably what it was. Looking through the field here, everybody's kind of spaced out at this point. I don't think much of anything's really happening at the moment. Yeah, everybody's very spaced out, although, never mind. I'm gonna say P12. Amador was right on the bumper of Michelle, but I don't know if that might have been outbraking or missing the brake point, and now Amador falls back a bit more, going wide there. So as it stands, we've got a Bentley. That is Dave Hasser losing it into turn 3. That's going to drop him, looks like only 2 positions. Yep, down from P14 to P16.
Jump back here to about 20 seconds. Maybe we can catch it. Oh, yeah,
No,
caught
just a
too
bit
much
wide.
of the grass there, yeah.
You hate it's always the worst, especially when you feel like you get the line just right through there, and there's just not enough. There's just not enough on the outside. Thankfully he didn't.
Probably because the Bentley is just so wide.
That's also probably why it's as wide as a boat. But thankfully it didn't snap on him and just send him directly into the wall. He kind of caught it. Kept his car relatively clean. Dornelis, though, looks like he got around Saidi at some point, and now he's up to P4, and he's hunting down Mr. Blaine Hall. The last lap for the Brazilian Dornelis was a 28.8, and Hall's was a 29.1, so a 0.3 of a second difference. Last lap, again, I don't know if that's going to be much, as there's only 4 minutes to go here in race 2. Ooh, Dornelis, he's getting a little adventurous. I think he's got a better run out of the chicane. Oh, yes, he does. He's got more speed out of there, and he's going to go to the inside as Hall goes to the outside. But, oh no, Hall goes wide. Hall misses his braking point, and
no.
Dornelis.
Oh, man.
I don't know. A little bit of accidental contact, I'd assume, and that's actually going to open up the door for Saidi to take that position. So Dornelis, as long as there's no penalty, they're probably just up to a race incident, going to take that P3, Saidi 4, and Hall 5, but he also has to deal with Vasquez, who's caught up to him. Jeez, that was something. I think Dornelis showed him the inside as a way to kind of distracted maybe for just a moment, and he missed his break point.
Why did Blaine
Why is he
teleport?
in the pits?
I think he might have quit.
We'll have to see.
He disappeared. I don't know why.
Yeah, he's gone. I think we started this race with 27 or so, and we're up to 25. Rogers coming through with a drive-through though. Don't know what that's all about. Marsan, though, another 5-second dangerous driving, lap 14. I don't know what that's all about. That might have been could that have been a rejoin potentially, or that might have been some little scrappy scrap?
Potentially. Let me see if Cameron is the race director.
I think he is. I think Cameron is the race director. Or it might be, could be any one of these chaps. But anyways, Flomger increasing his lead. It's a second to Landry, and then it's about 3 seconds from Landry to Dornelis. So I think as we come through, I believe there's going to be one more lap after this. Let's see, Flomger, there's probably, there's enough time for one more lap. These laps are only about 1.5 minutes on average. So it is possible. Yeah, there's nothing over the radio, so there is going to be one more lap after this. So he's going to have to keep it together just a little bit longer. But, yeah. Nothing much crazy.
See if there's anything close going on. Right now, I mean, I'm looking at Ike Guy, but he's got that 10-second penalty, so, you know, he's going to drop back.
Yeah, we actually have a, sorry to interrupt, we actually have a McLaren battle here. P10, Tracy and Michelle. They were door-to-door going through the start-finish line, and they're still together here. Looks like Michelle trying to make something around the outside. There's a bit of contact, and it's going to unsettle the McLarens just a little bit, but they keep it together. And this might be a bit of a gap there, but they're still side by side going through turn 4. Michelle trying to make it work around the outside. Is there enough room? There is. Michelle taking that P10 spot away from Tracy. What a move.
Yeah, that was impressive. Definitely stuck it out and clearly had the better exit on the last turn, and he's pulling away quite a bit here.
It looks like, although if these positions stay, Ike Guy is going to get demoted to, I believe, P12 or P13, which would put Michelle at 9th, and then that would effectively give Tracy the P10 back. But that wouldn't do anything more. Marsan does have 5 seconds, but the gap to Tracy is about 6, as the leader goes on to the final lap here at Zolder for round 2 of the North American Blue Split Sprint Series. Let's see.
I'm going to jump up to Marsan. Looks like he's been able to keep the gap between he and Ike Guy. I'm just trying to look at the little circles on the mini-map here. Find battles.
I think Landry's kind of reeled in Flomger a bit. I believe the gap was about a second, and it's half a second now. Landry, oh yeah, he's late on the brakes. He is trying everything to gain this P1 back that he lost. It's now 0.3 of a second to Flomger as they go through the second chicane. I think Landry was a bit later on the brakes. He's still trying to make up time. He's sticking just a little bit more than a car's length, but now he's losing out. I think he may have gone over one of the sausage curves a little too much. And now it's going to be 0.4, 0.3 through the sort of hairpin turn. I call it maybe more paperclip. But as they go up to the final chicane, Flomger, just another couple corners to navigate, right on the brakes when he should be. Landry, oh so close, but oh so far. And Flomger is going to take race 2 in style. Just half a second between him and his fellow Aston driver. Dornelis making up the top 3. Saidi 4th, and Vasquez is going to be 5th. That is your top 5. Portis across for 6th. Kogan coming up to the line here, 7th. And now we have to get through Ike Guy and Marsan, those penalties. So we're going to see how far down that puts them.
And it looks like Ike Guy was able to finally get around Marsan in the last lap. And
Here's as such.
Like everybody's gonna maybe kind of stay where they're at.
For the most part, yeah, I believe so. But I think with the penalties, I believe that Tracy will get that P10 back once everything is set in stone. That's going to be my theory. Anything else? Dornelis gets an infraction for the incident on lap 14. Ike Guy causing a collision on lap 11, but no penalty given. So as it is, top 10, Flomger, Landry, Dornelis, Saidi, Vasquez, Portis, Kogan, Michelle, Marsan, and Tracy make up your top 10 here at Zolder with North American Blue. And now we look through the classes here, if you want to give those out.
Let's see, yeah, race 2. We've got Taylor Johnston P1 and Frizza P2 for the amateurs. For Pro-Am, we've got Saidi, Vasquez, Marsan, and Tracy. Overall, Flomger, Landry, Dornelis, Saidi, and Vasquez. All right, so let us jump on over to the red split here.
Hopefully we see some weather variation.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I don't have the thing.
I wanna see rain.
Hold on, I don't have the password. Did you give it to me or did Ryan give it to me?
Maybe.
Yeah, no, it was you.
Okay.
I'm surprised. I thought I had it for red split. That's weird. Whatever. Anyways, let me get in here. Oh, that's wrong. Oh, wait, I know. I remember. Hold on. I remember what it was. Because you gave it to me and it was incorrect. Because, getting lied to by my co-casters.
Yeah, that's what we do. Oh my god, Origin, get out of here.
What, Origin just wants to play? Okay, I think it might actually... What in the world? Why is this not correct? Can I join, please? Oh, that's because it's EU. I don't have eyes. Yeah, it's a day. Listen, I have my mom's eyes. Okay, I can't see distance now. Actually, no,
All right.
it's like slightly out of focus.
So we've jumped in here. We are we got about 2 minutes left in qualifying. Let me fix the camera. Currently, we've got Ryan Yee in P1 with a 128.3. Hamza Golzar P2 with a 129.0. Marc-Antoine Landry with a 129.2. Simon Salomon 129.214. And Cameron Sansano in P5 with a 129.6. Pretty big grid for this group. We've got 33 cars.
34, actually.
Is the safety car not joined yet? Okay,
Safety
so
car is
34.
not joined yet, so it is 34. I think this is... I think red is... Has red always been the bigger split, or was it usually...
I think red, yeah, red has been.
Okay.
I will be right back. I'm going to go grab a drink while they're finishing up.
Gotcha, I'll be here.
I'll throw it on
Chat.
autopilot for it.
Alright, I'll hop around with it. Although, we do have about a minute to go. I think this is going to be the final lap here as Yi makes his way through turn 4. We've got Kinsling, I believe is how it's pronounced. I have to just double check my my pronunciations. A little difficult. You guys know how it is. Currently, if we take a look at the standings as they are, Yi, Golzar, Landry, Salomon, Giordano make up your top 5. There's less than a second between them, about 9/10. But we'll have to see how things pan out. We're going to see a few more laps out of some other people. Going to see what Salomon has to improve, if he has improved as he does come up to the line. Currently 9/10. We see Sassano improving, actually up to P3 at the moment. 7-6. I think this is going to be it. Yi, on his last attempt, time has run out. He's got a 28.3 across the line. 28.2. Improves by a little bit more than, I believe, 300ths. Golzar across the line is going to improve by 3/10. So he's going to keep that P2 for the time being. And we hop on board with, actually, we're going to just jump up ahead, see what people are doing. Maltadini goes up to 26th. I don't believe Clark is going to be able to set a time. No, he is not. Geiger, 25th up to 19th. And a few more position changes. We've got someone stopped. Morris, currently P17 across the line, is going to improve to P11. As Lutkus, Lutkus goes to 4th overall. Wow. And Levine staying right where he's at. What an improvement. Oh my, he was like 20-something on the grid. Up to P4. We're on board with Patterson. No M32 grenade launchers for the time being, which is good. Welcome back. I'm glad you caught that. Anyways, Belay across 31st, sticking there in the back. Solomon, does Simon have anything to say about this? He does, making it P5 here in qualifying. Murdoch sitting just at P10, does not improve. And Makapadahe, I totally butchered that, does not improve. So, as it stands, we go into the race here, and the grid's set for race 2, or race 1, excuse me, of North American Red Split. Your pole sitter is Ryan Yee, and Golzar Joining him on the front row, Sassano making up 3, Lutkis 4, Salomon 5, Landry 6, Giordano 7th, Meyer 8th, Racine 9th, and Murdoch 10th. There's a lot. There's a lot of pro drivers up there in the top 10. And then the lonely Pro-Am. The lonely Pro-Am.
And taking a look at the weather, it looks like it's partly cloudy for the next 30 minutes, but we do have a bit of wind.
I hope those clouds don't affect too much.
My guess, I think somebody said it in the chat already, but AP and EU are probably like, what the heck? Why did we get rain?
Well, I mean, let's think about this, right? The majority, let's see, if we look at EU, right? Some of the drivers are from England. And if I know anything about English weather, is that it's always raining. So I'm assuming that perhaps some of that regional weather may or may not have been pushed through the interwebs into the game. That's my theory. I have a PhD in tinfoil, so...
Okay, yeah. All right. I like it. Solid.
I mean, that's obviously the scientific explanation, right?
I mean, that is, if it's not science, I don't know what it is.
Well, if you challenge the theory, it is science, technically. So, if you were to test that theory, then yes, it would be science. Aren't loopholes fun?
I mean, technicalities? You know, they make technicalities for a reason.
My leftovers. Thank you, Nick. You're welcome, Ryan. Glad I could help. No safety car though for the start here, so we're gonna rely on the drivers being on their best behavior. I think the safety car might be meeting with Mr. Mullick and saying, "Hey, man, I need a little bit more pay."
Be like, "Yeah, if you want me to screw up the straight line this time, double the pay."
Mullick is currently going into his bank account, rolling his eyes, just, all right, fine, I guess. But then, if he's at the front, would you say that he's getting paid off by Mullick to make a straight line start?
Maybe. I mean, you know, where does the corruption stop? I don't know. You know, maybe we need to do a deep dive, look at the books, see what's going on.
The OOR has investigated itself and it has found no corruption.
Yeah, an independent panel funded by OOR has found no corruption.
Oh, who is the main investigator? Some guy named Rolik. Yep, him. He did it. He found no corruption. I mean, we can't even talk about where it starts and starts and ends because the OOR logo is a circle. So. Something dragon eating itself.
A circle has no beginning.
That's true, it doesn't. But enough messing around here. Cars lining up 2 by 2. I would say hand in hand, but I don't think cars have hands.
Are they about to go frolicking through the start here, hand in hand?
I mean, is it frolicking if you don't hit the brakes?
Yes.
Then
definitely.
Yes.
Okay.
Potentially.
Alrighty, Nick, why don't you go and call race 1? And
Dave,
let's see what happens here.
You're too sweet,
but
you're
too kind.
Why, yes, I love my co-casters. Why do you ask? But anyways, coming up here to the start of race 1 for North American Red Split. Yi on the left there, Gulzar on the right, creeping up to the line, and we are green here around Zolder as everybody starts their race off, going through turn 1 here. Everybody keeping it, almost relatively clean. Gulzar going into the side of Yi, and that's going to push him off to the side and way down the grid. Looks like he's going to drop from second to maybe about P8 or so once this thing updates. But for the most part, everybody kind of just getting through fine. We got a couple cars that spaced out, saving their race for another day. We actually have Chris Stevens in the BMW. I don't know what happened at the start. He is yet to cross the line, but now we go through the first chicane here. And we've got a little bit of side-by-side action. And we've got a Ferrari off in the back. Looks like a little bit of contact there as everybody filters through. Maybe more side by side. I didn't see who that was, but we've got Geiger and Patterson actually side by side here down the hill, going through to the second chicane. I'm sorry to throw you all over the place, but we've got more contact in the back. Sorry, I just speak at 1,000,000 miles an hour, and I think we've got a safety car.
I think we do.
Yes,
have
we
virtual
do. Yep.
Safety car. Yeah.
Everybody's lighting up yellow. All right, so we're 0 for 3 on race starts.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can at least make it 25%. I like that. Oh, what a start. What a
Let's
start.
see. 270 is Stevens. So we didn't see what happened there, but it looked like maybe just missed the start for some reason.
Maybe? I don't know. He was...
Maybe it was some turn 1 action.
No, because he was still sideways. Like he didn't just cross the start finish line. It's actually the banner, the very last banner before turn 1. He was kind of parked sideways, so I don't think he missed the start. Maybe I really don't know. I have no idea. I could not tell you. You have a PhD in tinfoil, not a PhD in investigating. But yeah, the virtual safety car coming out. Briscoe in the pits, though. I think that might be for damage. I didn't see if he got some contact. I'm going to assume, though. Let's see if I can get on to a better camera angle. That car is like all over the place right now. It has, I think the hood's a little messed up. Does the hood have a smile? Can I see that smile, please? I guess not. Okay, understandable. Have a nice day.
Sorry. I mean, I should really learn how to use the free cam.
Oh my god, I didn't realize I could use free cam. Oh yeah, that front end is completely banged up. The front is banged up. The right side is banged up. The left side and the back though are clean. Like there's nothing there. But he did get back around, so I don't know how long. No, it's not very long actually, as he's leaving the pits now. So again, at least it wasn't, terribly scary damage, but that is going to put him all the way in the back as the grid gets
quite a ways back. Yeah.
Hey, you know what? It's comeback. It's a comeback tour.
Yeah, it's comeback tour. Yep.
But let's see if we're going to have another start here. The car's actually speeding up a bit, and yes, we are green here once more. Yi ahead of Sassano, ahead of Lucas, Myers, Solomon, Landry, Gulzar, Murdoch, Giordano, and Burden are your top 10 for right now with the gaps here. Cars are going to get through turn 1 relatively easily. I don't want to jinx it, as we actually do see Klinsing going for a move down the inside of Jansen. That's going to be a position gained 18 to 17 for him. But looks like the rest of the field making the way through, and actually Klinsing going a bit wide there is going to lose that position he just gained, and now he's got to worry about Patterson here. Goes down the inside, and that's another position lost for the American driver, and it looks like the rest of the field filtering through nicely as the leaders start their push for the finish line, still keeping it relatively close together up front.
Let's go for the rear camera here for Patterson.
I love the rear cam. It looks so good.
I like it when the battles are close.
Oh yeah, yep. You've got the car just all over the back of the other one, and they're just going ham at it.
Oh, so close.
Speaking of battles, though, just barely up ahead, Patterson, a bit of a move on Jansen out of that turn there. Is that going to compromise Jansen for the rest? They switch sides as Patterson goes to the inside to defend. That was. And it looks like, Klinsing trying to get in on it too. And it looks like the Honda of Geiger also looking for something. Jansen, though, picking up or actually losing the position to Klinsing. So this little pack here looks like 18th down to about 22nd, though. Something's forming. We've got a little bit of side-by-side. Nothing too crazy, as things are starting to develop here in this mid-pack. You always focus on up front, but sometimes the best fights come from the back.
It does feel like most of the time we always end up probably like halfway down the grid, and we always see like such a big group of cars together where you see a lot of racing back and forth. I am going to jump up real quick to the front just to kind of see what it looks like up there. Still relatively close. Yee's only got about a second on Sansano so far. And the cars behind him are all still pretty close together.
I'm interested to see, are gaps going to be formed? Are they going to be closed as the race goes on? It's still, very early. It's only been about 7 minutes. We'll have to see how things change as the race goes on, but it looks like the rest of the grid, further back, all starting to space out a bit, getting settled in and ready for some racing ahead. A little bit of, I think Solomon actually might have compromised an exit as Gulzar pulls in a bit closer to him. I don't know if he's going to be able to go for a move at some point, but he's thinking about it. Ooh, he might be looking to go for something here within the next lap or so. But the gap, though, breaks up a bit after the chicane, so not much on that front. However, the other Landry, we've got a McLaren off on the side there. It's Meyer, and that's going to give Landry the gap he needs. Oh, we've got a Nissan in the wall. That is Salomon. Simon says, don't hit the wall, but he did the wrong
we'll go
action,
back 10,
and he
10
is
seconds
moved.
there. Oh, yeah, he went really wide there.
Almost hit, I believe that was Gulzar he almost collected, but Gulzar just far enough outside to keep it. We do have a 15-second penalty coming through for, looks like Racine. We'll see what that's all about. Out of position on lap 1, a 15-second for that. Interesting.
There was quite a gap right at the beginning of the race. I don't know if you saw it, but pretty much everybody was like 2 by 2, and maybe like 9 or 10th. There was a big gap between cars.
We've actually got parts in the pits. I don't know what that's all about. I don't know if it's damage or something, but a little update for that.
Let's see. Let's go to Andy Mayer here.
Okay. What was I saying? Meyer?
Mayer, Meyer, tomato. I don't know.
I may have been saying that. I don't know.
Please send us a chat in Discord if you're pronouncing your name incorrectly, because we are terrible with names.
And I will be seeing myself out after that one. Gotta keep it lively. See, it's funny. I make dad jokes, but Ryan is the only caster that's a dad that I'm aware of.
He also makes dad jokes, I think.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's good. Okay, I was going to say, if he's not making dad jokes, I got to have a talk with him.
Well, now he has an excuse. He should do it.
Right. Exactly. Oh, God. Oh, some of the dad jokes he's made, that kid is going to have, like, the worst. That kid's going to be spouting dad jokes. I'm calling it right now. But anyways, enough about dad jokes. We're here to race, not here to put on a comedy set.
Let's see if Gulzar here can make a move on Mayer.
A bit far back at the moment. Let's see, Mayer's last lap, a 28.8 flat. Gulzar, a 28.5. So, I mean, 0.3 a lap. If this pace is to be kept, that is. Obviously, we don't know. If that was to be kept, Gulzar would be able to go for move probably within 2 laps, because he's just about 0.6 behind. So as it stands, a little far back for a move, but I think that, again, if this pace is kept within 2 laps, Galzar could go for a move. We've got another penalty coming through here, actually, for Jansen. We've got just a couple warnings, it looks like. Yeah, Jansen 5 seconds and fraction. Do not know what that's all about, but it shouldn't be too harsh.
Yeah, not 100% sure who the race director is this race to see what that's for.
I do not know, but Mayer comes across a 28.5 and Galzar a 28.7. So things heating up a little bit here in this here kitchen. That last lap was actually Mayer's best lap, the 28.52. So we'll see if he improves.
We're going to jump back here to Thomas Barnes and Tim Brook. I think I saw early on in the chat that somebody said the Honda was not particularly well suited for this track, so we'll see if Brook is able to get around him here.
I did see that. I can't give an opinion because I don't drive the Honda.
I also don't drive the Honda because I'm bad on every track with it.
Oh, I'm just bad.
Ditto.
And that's why we're in the booth.
Yeah, yeah. Those who can't drive commentate.
It's. I'm not gonna argue. Anyways, Brooks though getting a bit of time here on Barnes through that chicane. I don't know if there might be the Honda or driver, but the last lap's actually Barnes with a 30.5. We actually do see Brook going for something down the inside, but there isn't enough space there to make it stick. He was about a 10th quicker. Brook was about a 10th quicker than Barnes last lap. He could have had something there, but again, just ran out of room, didn't have enough, and didn't want to cause a collision, just backed out. But I think within the next couple of laps, there's going to be a scrap going on. There's going to be some fighting.
They're going to throw down.
Oh, actually, throwdowns might happen sooner than we think.
Close. Yeah, he's getting very close.
He is. Maybe thought about around the outside. He's going to go for the switch
on the inside. And I think,
this might be it.
Yeah, I think he's going to make it happen.
Especially through these high-speed corners, the downforce on that McLaren is nothing. Whoa, hold on, we've got a car off. What? That was a Nissan. That is Salomon.
Salomon, yeah. We're going to jump back maybe 20 seconds, try and see what happened there. Oh, got a love tap from the Aston Martin behind him.
Salomon, and that gravel fish out of water. Just double check. Let's see what has Yi pulled out. Yi has pulled out a 3-second gap to Sassano, although Sassano does have a 3/10 gap to Lutkis. I think Lutkis is gonna have that slipstream though, so he may be able to go for something. Then again, the boat is pretty heavy, so I don't think there'll be much of anything, but he is later on the brakes, though. Yeah, Lutkis is looking for blood. He might be above the water, but he can certainly swim when he needs to. They go through turn 4. Inside line for Sassano, try and keep that lead. Actually does stretch the gap just a little bit. But, yeah, that's going to be that. For that, maybe Lutkis getting a little bit antsy over the second half of that chicane. That is going to allow Landry to kind of reel him in a bit. Later on the brakes, he might go for a move here. Within the next couple of corners, he's probably about a 10th back or so. So we may see something into this upcoming right-hander. A little far back, though, I don't think there's going to be much. Later on the brakes by a smidge. Nope, just going to reel him in a bit more. But as it stands, Lutkis holding on to that P3 for dear life. And
so we got couple more penalties that have come through. Tony Giordano's got a 15-second penalty for causing a collision on lap 1. And Elliot Levine also a 10-second penalty for causing a collision on lap 1.
Oh yeah, I see those now. Yeah, we actually, I don't know. I mean, that lap 1, again, we're 0 for 3. So, I think for right now, though, good. I think that gap to Sassano's been extended. Yeah, it's almost 4 seconds now. So Yi pulling out a second somewhere. I think just this 2, 3, 4 gaggle, or actually 2 and 3 coming together. Actually, we've got a bit of a battle here between looks like Landry and Murdoch as they're coming back together, almost going together side by side down the hill here at Zolder into the chicane. Landry on the inside, Gulzar on the outside, and he's going to have to give that position up. Landry making the 5th stick. Gulzar does go a bit wide, and he's going to lose a bit more ground. Moving back.
I'll be right back.
What you got? Okay, I'll be here. I'm going to try and keep it lined up with the broadcast here. We've got Davis defending from Geiger. There's 3/10 between the two as they go through this very tricky right-hander. Gap goes up just a little bit, but right back down to where it should be. I'm wondering if Geiger's going to go for something bit later on the brakes. We try to get a better exit here out of this final chicane. But as it stands, Davis staying in front of Geiger does get promoted up to P16. I think somebody might be in the pits. As it stands, 57 gaining a couple of penalty points for causing a collision. Right now, Davis doing a phenomenal job of keeping Geiger behind him. As a little further forward, can't see it, folks, I do apologize. Barnes, though, going almost side by side with Patterson. They go through the Yeet chicane. Just a 10th between the two, about 2/10 now, as they charge down the hill. That's actually right. This is actually a battle right in front of Davis. Another penalty coming out here, 167 getting a 10er for a collision. Barnes, though, looking for something as the camera moves a bit forward, actually, with Landry going together with Gulzar. Gulzar tried to go for something down the inside, but got a bit of that grass, or the dirt, gravel, and has to give up that position. Can't do anything with it, unfortunately, but he's not giving up. He is all over the back of that Nissan. He is saying, listen, man, you're in front of me. I know you're faster, but I guarantee you I can be faster. I've got some advantages you don't even know about. As they go through turn 3, almost side by side here. Might try for something into turn 4. Landry does pull ahead. A bit of a slide, though, does catch it. And now that's going to actually give Gulzar quite the jump here as they go into this Yeet chicane. Trying around the outside. I don't think it's going to quite work out. And Landry holding on to that P4 for the time being. Jumping back here with the autopilot. Geiger still on the back of Davis, not giving that up. Alvarez looking for something from the McLaren in front of him. He's about 3/10, maybe a little bit closer, but he's also got Brooke to deal with. So he's in between a couple McLarens. It's a really, really weird looking sub. I don't know what, this isn't Subway, but this is something. I'm enjoying it. But he's at about 3/10 to both cars as Muck goes a bit wide there, and that's actually going to close that gap right up for Alvarez to swoop in. It's about a 10th now as they go towards that final chicane. Alvarez thought about a move down the inside, backs out, says no, the door is not even close to being open. But that does actually give Brooke a little bit of room to catch up with. So now 2/10 separate Alvarez from both McLarens. It's getting a little bit dangerous here as they go into turn 1. A little bit later on the brakes. trying to make something stick down the inside. Not going to work. Still, this gap is insane. I mean, this is almost formation flying. But there's actually a great exit out of Alvarez. Out of that turn 2, he's right on the bumper. Now less than a tenth between them. Is he going to go for something down the inside? No, he's not. He's going to back out. But, ooh, the McLaren almost going wide. Actually loses all that speed. And Alvarez going to take that P11. Are we going to see the other McLaren getting in the mix? No, not quite. Not just yet. But Alvarez is not out of the woods. He's still, actually, now he is out of the woods. An excellent, excellent drive. We just saw the McLarens a little bit shaky through that chicane. And Alvarez, already a second gap to the 2 behind, saying, gentlemen, thank you very much for playing, but unfortunately, I've got to move. I've got a 10th place. At this point, he will actually get promoted to, I believe, P8 with the penalties that are on Racine and Giordano. As the autopilot moving us a little bit back into the grid. I always like to see what's going on near the back. We've got a nice gaggle of cars going on. Levine, though, pulling away from the Audi Lambo Honda team, or Honda trio behind them, as the Lamborghini of Duarte goes door to door with the Audi of Louis. Through that chicane, not much, though. Not much is going to happen, though. But that is going to push Gold up. Get a little bit of time. Ooh, almost a little bit of love tap there between the Audi and the Lambo. But that does push Duarte back into gold. We do have the McLaren of Davis going off, though, at turn 1. I didn't see if it was a missed break point or something, but all of that work that Davis did to try and stabilize that is now gone. P19, and he is pretty much in no man's land. There is not a soul near him. The closest gap is about a second or so to the car behind, and then there's quite a distance. It looks like 2 seconds behind, actually, and then quite a distance, 4 seconds to Sear, as he makes his way around down the hill. So he's going to be looking to improve, try and gain some time back here. Penalty-wise, there's nobody really in the mix that can promote him. If anything, if the positions are to stay as they are, he will be given the P19 here, as we just passed the 7-minute mark. 6 to go here for race 1 of the North American Red Split at Zolder. Still sun shining, birds chirping, clouds out. No wind to speak of. And we move a bit back here to Louis in P29 in the Audi. He's got a Lambo in front of him, half a second. He's got a Honda behind him, a little bit less than half a second. And then a half second back from that is going to be the Lexus of Briscoe. It's like, oh, they go up through this hill very quick. Getting that line right can be quite the challenge, especially when you're starting out. And now we go a bit more forward. Giordano here in the Aston. He's got a bit of a little bit of group going work here. He's sitting behind the McLaren of Muck, and Alvarez actually going to try and look for something just a bit. Not going to do it, though. There isn't enough space to work with, and that is going to compromise his exit. However, that 25-second penalty still looming over that Aston driver's head, as we see Alvarez trying to make up something. I think he's just trying to get away from Brook in the McLaren, though. He knows that for right now, if he just keeps it where it is, he's going to gain 2 positions and actually get a P9, it looks like. But, you know, you don't want people to be anywhere near you, as actually Brook thought about something around the outside. There wasn't enough there to work with. So, as it stands, Giordano keeping that P11, and Alvarez and Brook 12th, 13th respectively, but they are just keeping it close. This is absolutely amazing. Just about a second between all of them. There's a 4/10 gap from Brook to Alvarez, and then from Alvarez to Gio is also about, looks to be about 3/10 of a second here as we move forward a bit. Landry looking for something here on Gulzar, just a 10th back, nothing too crazy through the chicane. They'll take slightly different lines. See how that changes up the exit here as they plunge down the hill into the second chicane. Ooh, Landry later on the brakes is actually going to put him right on the bumper of Golzar. And now, it's a bit of a slide, though. A bit of a slide, and that's going to lose all of that ground. I think he might have just gotten on the power a little bit early there. Pushing back here in the field, we got Dule. I believe that's Dule. I could pronounce. Oh, that's not. Actually, I don't know how to read. That's Casey Gold, though. Half-second gap to Briscoe. As it stands and back up, we've got Barnes in quite the predicament right now. He has quite an angry Audi behind him, just about a tenth of a second as they go into this right-hander. Patterson, though, not looking for anything just yet. Actually kind of compromises his exit and picks up 2/10 somewhere on the exit there of that corner. Still relatively close striking distance-wise. As that gap, though, widens just for a second, just for a little bit, and back down to 3/10 as they go across the line here to start lap 17. Barnes doing everything he can. It looks like Patterson wanted to do some weird move around the outside, and that might not work for him. He goes a bit wide, and he's going to lose some ground here, but he's going to make it up here in turn 2. Barnes, though, starting to stretch that lead just a little bit. Just a little bit with each corner. It's half a second now. But from Patterson to Geiger is 3/10, 2/10 now. So perhaps Patterson might have gambled a little too much, and he's going to start losing out here. As you can see, just barely peeking over that rear wing of Barnes as they go through the chicane. The Audi up on 2 wheels, but keeping it stable as we move back here. Levine. He has the Lamborghini of Duarte on his tail. It's only a little bit of a gap, excuse me. 2/10 as it stands. What can Levine do? You know, he does have that 10-second penalty. However, doing a pretty good job of keeping it ahead of the Lamborghini that's just behind, but I highly doubt Duarte is going to let that slide. It looks like Levine getting a little bit loose on the outside. That's going to give Duarte the move? No, not quite. They go through the chicane. Duarte thought about it. He thought about going around down the inside into the chicane, but said, no, you know what? I'm going to get this position anyways. I might as well stay where I am as we just crossed the 2-minute mark here for race 1 of the North American Red Split. And actually, Duarte a little too inside and is going to lose 2 positions out of that corner, and that's going to give Levine a little bit of breathing room, about half a second to Briscoe. Oh, that's got to be terrible for Duarte. Just wanted it. He just kept it. He would have had that position, no problem. He's going to gain a position, though, just through penalties, so there isn't much to worry about, but I'm sure he would have liked to have kept what would have been P26. The stands. We got some drivers in the pits. We got Morris in the pits, though. What has happened is might be damage. I have no idea, but that's going to give another position up. So Duarte effectively getting another position here. We hop on board with Zach Patterson as we cross the final lap here for race 1. And he's looking for something. It's about 4/10 of a gap to Geiger. Not really looking for much right now. I don't think he's going to be going for anything. I'm just going to jump up here to the front. I just need to see what is going on. What are the gaps looking like? Mayer with a 3/10 to Golzar. Trying to do two little views here. Once keep you guys informed of what's going around on the track. Not just what's here, but as it stands, though, Zach Patterson keeping close with the 2 Hondas here in front of him. As Elliott Levine more defending here from Gold as they go down towards the long right-hander. It's such an odd corner for me. It might just be me. But as I bring you guys verbally back up to the front here, the gap down just another 10th. It was about a 10th of a second actually between Mayer and Golzar. It is right now as they go through that right-hander. But as it stands, Lutkiss holding on, and in fact, this is actually the final lap. I didn't realize it. Yee gonna be coming across the line here to win race 1 with an 8-second gap to Lutkiss. Absolutely incredible. Lutkiss finally crossing the line, makes that a P2, and Mayer keeps that P3. He's on the podium. Gulzar with P4, Landry P5, Sansano P6, Murdoch 7th. And we've got Racine coming across for 8th, but that's going to punch him down just a little bit as the rest of the field comes across. Dave is saying, sorry, man, I need to end the stream. I'm sick over here. I will let them know. I do ask Dave that we kind of keep it going. I can do this solo. I can follow what's going on. I know you're sick. I know you need the rest. If you just, I obviously you're in control. You have the keys. But I would have no problem doing this solo with your blessing. It should, yeah. Dave says I'll see if it just loops on its own. It should. It was jumping around a good bit, so I think we might be good. Yeah, it seems to be jumping around a little bit. It did it during the race too, so it was able to kind of pick out its battles. So hopefully we're able to keep the stream going. I know there's a lot of you guys who really look forward to these races. I do too. You know, it was great, you know, getting through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, getting through the Thursday day itself, and then getting ready for the evening. But as it stands at the end of race 1, it's going to be Yi ahead of Lutkiss and Mayer on the podium, Gulzar, Landry, Sansano, Murdoch, Racine, Bourdon, and Mukhapadhe for the top 10. Although Racine, though, with the 15-second penalty, so it looks like that's going to actually promote Alvarez up to P10, because Giordano does have a 25-second penalty, so that is 2 places, so it looks like Alvarez will be finishing up the top 10 positions. Yep, it looks like he is, and about a 1.5-second gap to Brooke from behind, but that's going to do it for race 1. We get ready for race 2 here. Remember, this is a super sprint week, so we are going to have the top 12 drivers staying in the pits as everybody else gets ready for Q2 here. Just a reminder, P1 through 12 is going to be a reverse grid for the upcoming second race, and then everybody else will filter out from there. As the bottom drivers all start going out for their first outlap, getting those tires warmed up. It is cloudy though, so we got a little bit of weather variation here. Nothing too insane. Perhaps the clouds are going to give us a bit of rain later on. We'll have to wait and see just how this develops. But yeah, we get here into second qualifying, 8 minutes on the clock. Drivers got some time. Those tires warmed up. That's the biggest thing with qualifying, is just getting those tires up to operating temperature. Usually takes a lap or so to get those babies right where you need to be. And even the brakes too. A lot of people, you know, I myself even go, oh, I don't need to worry about the brakes. And then I go to brake and I go, no, I do need to worry about the brakes. For those of you joining us now, unfortunately, Dave had to step out. He was feeling a bit sick, so it is just me here in the booth, probably for the rest of the stream. You know, I hope Dave's doing what he's got to do to feel better. I do apologize, though, for that, but I will do my best to keep all of you entertained and informed of what's going on. We do have the autopilot for the camera going on right now, so you guys will see that, and I will also be keeping an eye on the rest of the field and giving little radio show updates on what's happening there. So the drivers now getting through their outlap and onto their flying lap here. Davis currently going through a few turns here. Linsing, turn 1. So right now, nothing much of note. Besides the top 12 drivers, just sort of chilling in the pits, taking a little time off. It's always nice to have a break. I never got that luxury when I was in Sprint Series. I was always out on track, which I didn't mind. I knew where I was going to be. I was a mid-packer. But get drivers going through here. I've hopped on board with Patterson, who I believe was the first one out as it stands, unless it was somebody else, but he's making his way through the right-hander, the second to last turn here, making his way towards that final chicane. Oh, perfect. The autopilot is basically where I'm at. I'm on the driver ahead, though, as Patterson making his way through the chicane up to the final line here. And he is going to post a 1:29.1 for his first attempt. And Clark, it looks like a 1:30. Briscoe with the fastest lap, though, a 1:28.7. So that is a very good start for him. Followed by Giordano, and then Salomon, Patterson, looks like Maltini. Maltadini, excuse me. And then we're done. And a few others making their way through. A lot of people starting another lap here. We've got a few more drivers. A couple mistakes here and there. People going wide, invalidated laps. That's always frustrating, especially if it's just lap after lap after lap of, off track. It kind of messes with your mental state. But I think these drivers are more than capable of keeping it together for a few more laps. So I'm just gonna take a moment, get some air back in my lungs, a little bit of a dry throat. I forgot how much talking I can do. I guess that's sort of a good thing. When I was little, I never used to shut up. So I'm glad I'm able to use it for something else. But I'm just gonna take a moment and kind of let the autopilot do its thing as we close down the final few minutes of qualifying. Don't worry, though, I will be back in just a moment to do some more casting. But for now, you guys just enjoy the sights and sounds of the North American Red Split Sprint Series Round 2 here at Zolder. All right, folks, bit of an update. Mr. Dave Hill says he's going to jump back in shortly. He's feeling better, so most likely he's going to be, he's probably going to miss, I'm assuming, the rest of qualifying, but he should be back just in time for the race start here. 2 minutes to go in qualifying, so there's still plenty of time. As it stands, Briscoe with the fastest lap at the moment with a 1:28.2, followed by Salomon with a 28.3, Patterson with a 28.4, and then there's a bit of a gap to Giordano with a 28.8, Morris also with a 28.8, and then after that we get out of the 28s, and Varnes puts us at the start with at the start of the 29s with a 29.2. So your top five, only it looks like 0.6 of a second between first and fifth, but that can certainly change. Times can certainly go down as we see. It looks like Klinsing actually with a 28.4 getting third at the moment, and Racine though making it a second place appearance with a 28.3. Patterson purple through sector 1, Racine purple in sector 2, and Geiger actually purple in sector 3. Geiger currently in 10th position as it stands as we enter the final minute of qualifying. So some of these drivers looking to get back to the line, hopefully in time for another one, but some drivers are definitely on their final lap, so we're going to see how that all plays out. But as it stands, it goes Briscoe, Racine, Solomon, Kinsling, Patterson, Barnes, Giordano, Morris, Sayre, and Geiger for your top 10. Just a smidgety-digity over a second between first and 10th. But between first and 5th is just under 3/10. That goes to show you, Briscoe just put in a 28-1. Oh my God. Okay, Briscoe is not messing around. Granted, it is going to be a 13th place start for him because of the reverse grid, and Salomon actually making it a 28.2. So 7/10, or actually, it is 69 thousandths there again. So closing in, and the top 5 is now separated by just about 3.5 tenths here. There's 6 thousandths between Klinsing and Patterson as we see Racine actually go fastest, and Racine into the 27s with a 1:27.717. That is a lot of sevens there, folks. Racine purple through sectors 1 and 2, but Geiger still holding on to that purple sector 3. Man, I mean, that's about a little over a tenth quicker than Racine. But as it stands, drivers coming through here. We got Solomon trying to improve, currently with a 1:28.2. He is not going to improve. Oh, he might though, with a slightly different line. I don't know if that's legal. I could be wrong. But we hop back with Patterson here. Currently about a 10.5 up. So that is going to put him from P6 to P4. But with the reverse grid, that's going to be a P16 start from him. But the talk of the town is Racine with that 1:27.7. And I'm seeing some movement here from Green Share Cam from Dave. So perhaps Mr. Dave is getting ready to get back in the action.
Yeah, I heard you made up a word, smidgety.
No, that is a word. You can look it up.
Okay.
It's smidgety-digity.
Smidgety-digity.
Also, welcome back.
Thank you.
Glad to have you back. Are you feeling better?
I'm feeling a little bit better.
Is your tummy a little sick?
Yeah, just a little bit. But people
Okay,
don't
I
like to talk
understand
about that.
Well, it's good to have you back. I think I managed pretty well.
Who ended up winning the first split?
Let me double check real quick. I don't remember. I actually can't check. Actually, I can't.
I guess
That's a lie.
We'll find out shortly.
No, I got this. Hold on. Also, good morning to Sanikas and evening to Voisin. Glad you could join us. Once he yaks, he'll be back. That's true, Ducky. That's very true. Once he yaks, he'll be back. It looks like the winner of race 1 was actually Lee. Lee pulled out like an 8-second gap to the cars behind. So he just said, you know what? I'm glad you guys are here. I don't care. I got somewhere to be, and just zoop on out.
I think Ryan was trying to make like a bit of a nickname for Yee by like saying it like yeet.
Yeah.
Ryan,
yeah. I remember. Yeah, I remember hearing that.
Because I think the first or second race, he's new to OOR this season, and he just came out swinging, putting up crazy numbers.
My first thought was, you know that like, it's like the dinosaur meme thing. Like, do you know the one I'm talking about?
I think so.
And you have the little dinosaur, or not the little dinosaur, the T-Rex looking thing that's just like Yee. Like, that's what I thought. I don't know why. I also thought of Master Yi. I don't know why. It's like, you know what?
Yi?
The man's name. It's the
Master.
man.
What is Master Yi?
Yeah. I need to get a new mic. I just heard myself on the broadcast. I'm like, nah, nah, dude.
Oh, I never listen afterwards just because it's weird.
Yeah. I mean, I have no problem, but it's just like, when it's not like directly from me, it's just like, no. I need a new mic, but I don't really have like, I have a mic I want, but I don't really have the space for it. So like, I kind of don't have a choice. So Yeah, it's fun though. It's really, really fun. And anyways, we get the cars rolling out. No safety car.
I mean, what kind of line is this? Whoever that is, yeah, whoever that is up front, they just kept like rolling. They never actually stopped to try and create a line.
I think, let's see, it's a boat, so it looks to be Racine. But,
So now we know that Kevin Racine is on the payroll of OOR.
Yep. Mm-hmm. How many people is Mullick paying? And
Clearly a lot. We
Right.
we don't really know how far this goes.
I need to get on that payroll. Mullick, if you're listening, I'm a really good safety car driver. Trust me.
Yeah, I feel like we need to find a safety car driver for the red split.
I'll do it. I'll cast from the car.
Nick Amon here, coming to you from the safety car of the red split.
What's it looking like down there, Nick? Road's pretty clear. Not much to complain about. Actually, no. You'll say Nick Amon and then put the camera away from me. Good times. But Mr. Hill, I think this is your call.
Alrighty, so we're coming around towards the final straight here. We've got Racine P1, Brook P2, Alvarez P3, Anraban P4, Bourdon P5, and Murdoch P6. Let's hope we can have a clean race 2. I probably just jinxed it, but we shall see. And we are green. Is that a McLaren up front that shouldn't be there?
Potentially.
Oh, we've got. I think I saw
Oh, boy.
a. What was that? We got quite a few cars going off in the back here. I can't see the one. Are they already slowing down?
Yep, that's a safety car.
Safety. So we are a perfect 4 for 4.
I don't think that's how, you know what? I didn't read the rules. Don't care. All right, so 0 for 4. 0 for 4. That's got to be a record.
Is Racine supposed to be P13, JP? I didn't catch the end of the first race.
I believe so, because Racine was fastest in qualifying with a 27.7. So Racine should be P13.
He clearly missed the memo there.
That's going to be a pretty harsh penalty. He's still sitting in the lead, I think. Yeah, he's still sitting up front. I'm sure the driver's comms are going crazy right now. Or no, no, Brooks is. I don't think Brooks was faster in quality. Let me just double check. I believe, yeah, Racine should be P13. I don't know why he's so far up. I don't know where.
What went wrong?
I don't know. And then we have, who is that in the McLaren up front? That's Brooke. Oh, Brooke didn't set a time though. So, but Brooke would have been. Oh God, I don't even remember. Let's see. Where did Brooke finish at the end of race 2? Okay, so Brooke is basically where he should be, because he finished P11. So yeah, he's right where he needs to be. Oh, okay. No. We got it wrong. So Racine finished 12th, and because of the reverse grid,
so he should be P1.
Right. So I'm guessing he lost a position at the start to Brooke. Who's on first? What's on second? I don't know. Who's on third?
Yeah.
Oh, we got a penalty, though, for Racine coming through here, it looks like. Oh, no, that's from the last race. Never mind. Don't listen to me, chat.
So, looks like Brooke got one hell of a start there from the restart, so... That's what's tough about these when you don't have the safety car. But we'll start rolling back here to see what's going on. So it looks like Golzar's made a move to get around Bourdon, setting his sights on Raban next.
Follow back on that one. A little side-by-side action, though, between the two McLarens, Meyer and Murdoch. And Murdoch gets out of this worse, actually, and that'll give Patterson a position. And it looks like Murdoch's going to lose another position unless he can defend it from Solomon, but a little bump into a little bang in the cone gets booted. So Murdoch does keep a position, but again, losing out on a couple of positions due to looks like a bit of contact as Morris here thought about a move, but backs out. Still early in the race, still 26 to go.
JP, I think we are also confused. So I think
Yeah.
we're all in this together. That's for sure.
We are. It's a very confusing day. It's only Thursday, but tomorrow is Friday, unless you're 6 hours ahead, or at least 2 hours ahead, because then it's Friday already.
All right, taking a look here. Looks like Mayer's going to be making a move on Jansen. See if he can make it stick. Going around the outside. I feel like maybe...
Oh, no.
Ooh,
Uh-oh.
no. Hey, that was a nice save. That was really
Great
well
save.
done.
Yeah, Patterson also saving himself from getting Electa running into the back, but that's going to open up the door for several other drivers to come through. That was a great save, though.
Yeah, I feel like that could have ended up so much worse than it
Oh,
did.
without a doubt. JP, this isn't Rocket League, but I like the enthusiasm.
What a
see
save.
What a save, what a save. Has his chat been disabled for 3 seconds? Do we know? Oh, wait, wrong game. Looking around there, Racine, though, okay with Brooke. Brooke a 28.8 last lap, Racine a 28.7, so actually less than a tenth between these two as they go through turn 1. Got you, JP, don't worry. Racine, though, with a 10-second penalty. What in the world? What is that for? Out of position. Okay, so it appears as though everybody's confused. Wow. All right. Been a day. Because didn't Racine go off the start? Wasn't he the one that was rolling?
Yeah, it looked like it.
Okay.
All right,
All right.
so we missed what happened back here with Geiger
Oh, boy.
and Louis. Okay.
Little love? a little too much love, perhaps?
Channeling his inner plow there. I don't know.
Snow has yet to fall.
Yeah.
It is only fall.
Let's see. Everybody's pretty spaced out right now. Let's see if we can find some battles.
Oh boy, you missed it. We got the McLaren of Levine going into the back of Clark through the second chicane. That was, I think it might have been late on the brakes there, I believe. I kind of caught it right before it happened. Yep. Okay.
Oh, yep.
That is a yikes from me, chat. I'm sure the stewards will be taking a look at that as it gets pushed through and around, though. Racine, though, gets around Brooke, but again, that 10-second penalty is going to set him back, so he might as well. I think what Racine might do is try to keep this lead and extend as much as he can, so that way, when the race does eventually end, he won't lose too much. However, it looks like, let's see, 2 seconds plus another 3. I'm not good at math. But what I do know is he's probably going to lose a good few positions should things stay as they are.
Yeah, we'll see how much of a gap he can create being in the front here.
And he still has to defend from Brooks, so I mean, he is pulling away right now, but again, that danger is still there. So while you can argue that, yes, he might be fine, he still has to worry about Brooke, because Brooke's going to be looking for a move, ready to pounce on any mistake that he makes. I saw some battles for. We got a huge group of cars, from Jansen in P12 all the way to, I'd say I'd put Briscoe in there in P16. They're all starting to get a little friendly with each other, keeping it nice and close. For some mistakes. Jansen though going a bit wide, losing a bit of speed as Giordano having to give Johnson that position. And he goes wide. That's probably going to be another position. Ooh, shaky re-entry onto the circuit. But keeps it out of the side panel of Briscoe. And they go side to side. Down into the chicane. Giordano, okay, cutting across a little bit. I don't know who might be at fault there, but that's going to be Briscoe losing out, actually, as Duarte is going to pick up a position off of that. Peek around here. Anything new?
We just had a 15-second penalty come through for Zach Patterson for causing a collision on lap 1.
He must have been the catalyst for that. Actually, I can check. Hold on, where is he? What is he driving again? I forget.
Patterson is in an Audi.
Let's see. Let me just see. Okay, hold on. Green. Looks like Patterson into the back of Jansen. Pushes Jansen into Lutkus. Into the Porsche of Yi. Okay, yeah. I mean, Patterson and Jansen get away fine, but yeah, that's quite the game pool there.
We've got a pretty nice battle going on here between 4, 5, and 6 with Anirban, Golzar, and Landry. We'll see if anybody's able to make a move. Looks like Landry was maybe hoping to do a little late braking there to get around Golzar.
Didn't seem to work out though.
Yeah, he's getting close.
Keeping him honest at least.
Yeah.
Showing a bit of prowess here through turn 1. Ooh, I might have gone for something there. It doesn't quite look like it though. As oh boy, he's actually in the. Okay, so apparently there's a double stacked McLaren sandwich. Apparently whoever made this sandwich put 2 pieces of bread on each side. I don't know why. JP saying AP Red had 3 safety cars in race 2 last night. That's impressive.
Did it rain during AP Red?
I think it did.
I would assume. I feel like every split had rain except for North America.
Except for ours.
Yeah.
Oh, what can you do?
Yeah.
But I think Landry catching up a little bit. He caught up into the chicane, but loses on the way out. And yeah, it's a pretty big gap for him. Searching around here, nothing much really Oh, hold on. We've got a little bit of side-by-side here. Not anymore. Looks like everybody getting settled in.
Looks like Golzar ended up getting a better exit. Maybe he's going to make a move here in the chicane on Raban. And Landry was also able to squeak by.
Yeah,
and just like that, Golzar picks up 2 positions.
What a move. He's making a march towards Alvarez.
1 position.
Well, 1, 2.
I can count.
Yes, I mean, if you didn't count, why would you even be here?
Right. That's what I'm here for.
Right. In order to be a commentator, you really have they put you through a rigorous counting test.
So it was dry in AP red, but wet in split blue. So
how is it? Well, I guess that kind of makes sense though, because usually when it's wet, you're driving a bit safer. You don't want to. You know that your brake points are further back. You know that there's water, especially at the start where you haven't really gone around the track and you have all that standing water.
Looks like Giordano was able to make a move to get around Jansen up into P13, and it looks like Jansen maybe got a little too bit of the curb in the chicane and lost 3 spots, I think.
Yeah, Jansen, it's on mine. It says he's 14th still, but the updated is 17th, so 3 positions.
Yeah, looks like maybe, Briscoe's behind him and then Yee, so lost quite a bit through that chicane. Got Yee going around Briscoe there.
Yee's on a mission. He's like, you know what, I get spun out, fine. I gotta show these guys who I am and why I'm here. So, do we see Yee gain more positions? There's 15 seconds left, or 15 minutes. Wow. I can't tell time. We got a caster who can't count and a caster who can't tell time. How are we still employed?
Yeah, dream team over here.
Yeah, more like a nightmare, but all right.
Hey, nightmares are dreams.
Unfortunately. Patterson getting a little bit wiggly though through on the exit of turn 2, almost takes out a couple people behind him. I think Yee had already gotten around Briscoe, but Briscoe thinking about fighting back, looks around, says, you know what, nope, not going to happen, not yet. I can potentially reel him in. I would be interested to see if these two make some insane charge to the field. It's unlikely, but it would be interesting to see.
Alright, let's jump around and see if we can find some closer battles going on.
We have the 5-man crew of Duarte, Patterson, Jansen, Yee, and Briscoe. But other than that, I mean, Stevens and Sear, they're pretty close together as they head down towards the final chicane here. Actually, they've got a bit of a group going as well, 20th through 23rd. Stevens, Sear, Klinsing, and Litkiss. But outside of that, nothing much really. A lot of the drivers in the back settling into their positions, saying, all right, got 13 and a half minutes, got to knock these laps out. The front runners, though, a bit of a gap forming between Alvarez and Golzar, who is having to defend a bit from Landry. But it is still Racine in the lead. Again, does have that 10-second penalty. So if this stays, Racine goes back to, I believe, like P8 or so. But again, it's still...
Yeah, still plenty of time, but yeah, maybe somewhere around 8 or 9, I think.
Ducky saying, OOR scraping bottom of the comms barrel. I mean, I'm not going to say you're wrong.
Don't give him that validation, Nick.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, then he throws it at you guys are the best, though. What are you, a Sour Patch Kid? You can't just be sour, sweet, gone. Come on, bro. Get out of here.
We're going to jump back here to Duarte and Patterson. Patterson's got the 15-second penalty, but still really close driving here, so I think it's worth keeping an eye on. See if we can get a little action here.
We do have action just a little bit further up. Johnson and Giordano going head-to-head here. Giordano does come out on top. Actually, they were side-by-side through turns 2 and 3.
However,
or not Johnson, Sassano, excuse me. Sorry, it's Ferraris. Ooh,
getting a little bit of a flash there. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
We'll see what happens with that. Kids. Yeah. We don't like to see flashing lights here in OOR.
Unless it's for back markers.
Which neither of them are.
I think it was because Giordano just it looked like a bit of a block that was a bit late into the not like late into the turn, but it came out at an odd time. So I think that's what the flash is for, just saying, hey man, what are you doing? Because you can't unfortunately we can't throw a hand up in this game. This isn't F1.
Right.
Can't really throw up any hand signals, let's say.
But one of the nice things about OOR, we do have stewards watching the race. The unsung heroes, I think.
Oh, yeah, so I agree with that 100%.
If there's any sort of issue, they will take care of it.
Especially how much these guys work. And even during, like, special events,
Well, it looks like Sansana was able to get around him. It did kiss the front of his car just a bit. I don't think it was... Yeah, I don't know if it was on purpose, but luckily nobody flew off to the side or anything.
Yeah, I think Giordano might have just got a bit wide there, and that kind of gave Sansana what he needed. I thought for a second, like, Giordano went slow on purpose and then might have tried to cut back in for something, but thankfully it might have just been try for error as they just throw it over that curb. Oh my god, I hate going through that chicane so much. Yes, I could throw it. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to kind of take a diagonal line through the road because that's kind of safe. But these guys, they say, nope, not doing that. Send it or nothing.
I'm a big fan of the screenshots that come out of that section of people getting too much of the curb.
Yep, those are great.
And, flying, pretty high up in the air.
Yeah. It's always every now and again I'll go through Reddit and somebody will post a screenshot of like, hey, look at this air, and you're like, oh, it's probably not that much, and you look and it's like, how in the world did you do that? I will say I think my favorite air time that I've ever seen in OOR actually came from my rookie series. Paige, my teammate for the 9-hour, was in the Bentley and it was at the Nürburgring, and we disconnected for a little bit. When the car kind of just locks everything, like where you're going, your speed, your elevation, and all that. Mm-hmm. You see this boat just sail over this fence, and that moment led to the team I raced on. That's still my favorite one. Obviously, it didn't come from a curb, but it's still great, and I still love it, and I'm still happy it happened.
So still pretty tight group here between Duarte, Yee, Patterson, and Briscoe.
I was looking at that, yeah.
We'll see if Yee can get around Duarte. He's gotten pretty close.
Yeah, he was about 4/10 quicker on the previous lap. And I think that gap has actually gone down a bit since the lap started. So I think it's very possible that within this lap, or maybe even the next, hold on. Oh, you thought about it? Decided to pull out. He does have that slipstream, and he is a lot closer now. So perhaps down this front stretch, he will go for a move. Looking down the inside, doesn't have quite the same speed that he needs, pulling off, thinking about it, but just not gonna happen. I think the Porsche might struggle when it comes to that acceleration. I think the Lambo's a little bit faster.
Still trying to make something happen. Maybe tuck him back in and give it another lap. There's still 7 minutes to go. You don't have to try and rush anything just yet. But I mean, clearly he's gaining on him, so maybe another lap or two you can get around him.
Yep. Duarte's last lap a 30.2, and same for Yi. So I think that might just be due to that look down the inside into the final chicane. I think if you took that out, then Yi would probably be right on the tailpipe of Duarte. But yeah, probably another lap or so, and they'll be, throwing it down the inside or the outside or somewhere.
Let's see if we can see what else is going on. Well, of course, as soon as I start to say something, Yi starts to try going to the inside here.
I think we kind of keep it for right now. He's trying it. But
yeah, I mean, all four of these guys, they're all getting very close.
I think he does have the slipstream, though? Maybe.
Just doesn't seem like he has the speed on the straights, though.
No, I think that's one of the things the Porsche struggles with.
Maybe he can cut in on the inside here. Nope. Looks like he
leave
had
the
to
door
hit.
open.
Yeah, he had to hit the brakes there abruptly, I think.
I mean, props to these guys for keeping it so clean and consistent. I love it. I love seeing it. So you're looking around a little bit. Oh, whoa, what is this gap? Hold on. Wait a second. Okay, so Landry overtook Brooke. Racine has a 6.5 second gap to Landry. If positions stay and splits are what they are, then I believe Racine would be, I want to say P5 by the end of this, P6. But again, you got 5 minutes to go. I think Racine is trying to pull out some massive gap to try and soften the blow of that 10-second penalty.
Oh, looks like Yi was able to make a move to get around Duarte. And Briscoe got around Patterson, it looks like.
It does. Yeah, Briscoe was sitting behind Patterson for a bit. And now Yi's starting to pull away. Could he catch Giordano? Probably not. I doubt it. Although it is always possible for somebody to have some sort of incident. So while it's a large gap, obviously you can't count them out.
So I think we may have missed this, but Riley Murdoch did get a 5-second penalty for causing the collision back on lap 5.
I did see that through the bot thing and whatever. You know what I mean? Listen, all right.
Looks like Briscoe he's getting ready to potentially make a move to get around Duarte as well.
Yeah, he's lining it up. I think Patterson also trying to pressure Briscoe into making some sort of mistake.
Yeah, get a little 2-for-1 deal.
I don't know, there was a sale going on.
Looks like Philip Clark's got a drive-through penalty, so it's most likely track limits.
Probably, if I had to bet on it.
Which I'm impressed, because I feel like Zolder has no track limits. It feels like...
No, there's the one spot I can think of that I would consistently get track up warnings. Obviously, I never got a drive-through, but well, at least it's Zolder. The second half of the second chicane after you come down the hill, because like I said earlier, you can go really inside on that left-hander. However, obviously it's really easy to go too inside, so I'm assuming that's where it came from. I can't really think of anywhere else where you get that kind of penalty.
All right, so these guys are spacing out a little bit. Let's jump up to see if we can find anything else going on.
let's see.
Landry's been able to close the gap a little bit with Racine. Down to about 5.3 seconds. I think it was up to 6 not too long ago.
Yeah, it was 6.5 just by the start of last lap. So that's going to push Racine down a bit.
Let's see what else is going on. 7:16. So it looks like Simon Salomon was able to make a move to get around Alvarez. Wrong split. And it looks like Golzar is maybe looking to also get around.
Golzar actually just got passed by Alvarez, but he does have that 10 seconds, so this isn't much of an issue.
So it looks like he wants to get that position back.
Thought about something down the outside, but it just wasn't close enough. But looks like he's going to opt for that inside line down the hill. And that's going to bring him side by side through the chicane. Going to back out, though. That's Alvarez going wide.
A little bit of a kiss there on the bumper, it looks like, but still relatively clean. Nobody flew off.
Nothing wrong with kissing the homie's bumper.
just give it a little kiss.
Just a little bit, you know?
Yeah, just a little smooch.
Oh, man. All right. Racine, final lap here. That gap has gone down 3.8 seconds to Landry. So I'm wondering if Racine is starting to lose focus a bit. With the penalties, that will be, I believe, that might actually be P7. That might actually be like P7 for Racine once the penalty goes through.
Yeah, I think you're right. It looks like his car is getting pretty loose. You can kind of see like the rear end kicking out a little bit on some of those turns. So maybe losing the tires.
Yeah, but I don't think you can lose the tires that quickly. At least in my experience.
Maybe he's been driving a little too aggressively to try and close that gap. Or not close the gap, but add to that gap so that he can not fall back as far. Maybe hit the chicanes a little too hard. Let's see if Golzar here can make a move here. I think this is the last lap.
It is. We have Racine. There's Racine.
Might be desperation time here for Golzar.
I'll keep an eye up front and I'll watch the dream on the side.
Trying to go outside, maybe be able to cut inside here, and he is able to get past for now. Let's see if he can keep it. I think he's going to be all set.
Landry going to take the win here because of penalties. Brooks P3.
Oh, no. I cursed him.
Oh, man. I just saw it, too. I just saw it. Dave, how could you?
That was all me, guys. I'll own that one.
Golzar, you're going to get a very angry letter. Dear Dave, why?
To whom it may concern. Why?
Dude, every time I see to whom it may concern, I'm like, okay, that's like low-key passive-aggressive, but I kind of like it. But I'm also kind of terrified.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Sorry, Golzar. That was all me.
Dave, you're fired.
You deserve a couple of spots there.
You are fired. Get out.
Yeah.
Do not come back. Do not pass go. Yeah. Do not collect.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Oh, dude, I love that show. That show is so good. Anyways, we're not here to talk about the shows I like. We got drivers coming across the line here. Got Sear.
I think Sear maybe lost a couple spots there. I thought I saw him spin out a little bit.
I think he did. He might have. And we still have Clark out on track. I think he's going to have enough time to finish. I don't know what I think the finish timeout is, what, 2.5 minutes?
Yeah, I think he'll be able to get around.
He should. And if he doesn't, I will have a talk with whoever's in charge. I'm like, excuse you. How dare you?
Like,
in my house.
What are you doing?
What gives you the authority to set the timeout, huh? What do you own the thing? But it's no issue. Clark across the line, and that is going to be race 2.
Yeah, we've still
Of
got
the-
one driver out there, 192.
No, that's Patterson
he's
doing
already
a
gone
bit
through.
of
So
post-lap memery.
why hasn't it ended? All right.
It
Let's jump to the
has.
garage. It looked like a bunch of cars have already left. So let's see. In the amateur category, we've got File in P1, Gold in P2. Pro-Am, we've got Onraban P1, Bourdon P2, Varnes P3. And overall, we've got Racine. It's obviously not showing the penalty yet. So let's see where he's going to fall back to.
I think he goes to P7. I think he goes to P7 after all this is said and done. Or it could be P6. I don't actually know off the top of my head. But that's what I'm betting on.
I think too many people have left now. It's going to be hard to catch it.
Well, I'm sure that the OOR account will, or not the OOR account, but the site will update. Oh, there we go. So it's Landry, Brooke, and Mook on the podium. Bourdon, Mayer, Racine, Solomon, Gulzar, Varnes, and Johnson are your top 10.
And P6, you called it. That's where Racine
Yep.
ended up.
Just
Alrighty.
that good.
So that ends it here for Zolder this week. Next week, what do we've got going on? We've got
I think a
Barcelona.
race. Ooh, Barcelona.
Wow.
I would like it if I didn't have to go through that stupid chicane. I hate that thing so
Alrighty.
much.
So that's going to do it for us here tonight. Thank you again for joining us. And we will see you next week at Barcelona. Ryan may be here on the moms. We'll see what happens with Nick and I should be here. See you guys. We'll see you next week. Have a good night.